What is going on? It's a hot, goopy glass handle. Tonight, the theme is mugs, and that's the way you do it. Now, if you're a glass blower, there's something wrong with this picture. But you'd have to tell me what that is, because right now it looks pretty cool. It's the handle with the swirl.
Could you hand me some straight shears, Oliver?
All right, welcome to the show, everyone. This is The Gathering Point. We're located in Dearborn, Michigan, and tonight we've got 2 hours of live glass blowing coming your way.
There.
That's Chris in the green shirt. This is our start of the show. We got Oliver in the blue shirt.
We're back, everybody.
We got Jake in the orange shirt, and mine's blue. You'll meet me later. All right, now Oliver's holding... He's like a opposing defensive man.
Can't see nothing. You can't see anything,
This
Chris.
is the
Just
mystery handle.
What?
You don't know what's going to happen.
We're putting Chris on the challenge.
I'm ready.
I'm coming.
And I'm going to show you why after we do it. The hot action's always the best.
Quick, close your eyes.
Wait a second. So Jake split the handle. Oh, it looks like a pair of legs. This is the handle challenge.
He's in the crevice. He was in the cravache.
What type of handle is he going to make now?
It's the handle challenge.
Oh, it looks like frog legs. If I was a frog and I had frog legs, this is what I'd look like.
What is going on here?
All right, in the show, we always start with something engaging, exciting,
Does it look like
different,
a bird?
strange, and based to the theme of the show. Tonight, we're going to be making mugs.
We
And
are,
here-
but right now, that's so close to looking like a ray gun.
Will you
Or
hold that so
bird.
I can focus it? This thing is made so we can show customers their choices of handles. And you can see, like, there's all sorts of different patterns and shapes and colors. Well, not colors. It's all the same color, but... So this was just experimenting with the glass. When I said there was a problem with it, this is just clear glass that we're working with and exploring some options. When we give ourselves challenges like this, sometimes what happens is pretty amazing and unusual. So we're testing that out. So... Chris gave it the super twirl. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Glass Blowing Gathering
What
Point
is
show. You can subscribe to our channel.
How much do you think about where you're going to put water on to knock that off?
All right, we got Bess doing some tech. She's going to be in the chat. You can reach out to her if you have questions. We got Jake.
We already got 11 likes on the YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out
Let's
you
go.
two.
My name is Michelle. I'm going to direct something coming up that's super fun the guys have never done.
Oh,
so
yes.
get ready.
We're gonna do the
Everyone's
members
had an
piece.
espresso today.
Oh, shoot. You're
Oliver didn't even
right.
drink his. He just poured
Let's
it
see.
over the edge.
I'm about halfway through pouring it over the edge, but I'm going to get there.
All right, so it's 6 o'clock Eastern Time. We're here in Detroit, Metro Detroit. How long will it take for those espressos to kick in? Hey, Bess, you want to tell us who's on the show tonight? She's drinking her espresso,
I had a
too.
mouthful of espresso.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of people in the chat tonight. We've got Marianne. She says, I love the strange and original and unusual. Jody says, hi, everyone, watching from beautiful, sunny Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Judy says, hi from Corning, New York. Carol says, hi from Sarnia, watching on both YouTube and Facebook tonight. Hannah says, good evening from Sweden. Hannah, good to see you. Annette says, hey from Chicago.
Yeah.
Donna says, hi, everyone. Carrie says, hello, GA friends. Happy Tuesday from Connecticut. Over on the YT side, Jamie says, hello, everyone at Glass Academy today. Susan says, Susan from Indiana watching. Hello, Susan. Tabea says, hi from Dearborn Brewing. You guys met Tabea on last
Tabea.
Tabea.
Let's go.
So you guys get to see her on last week's show. She's hosting her own watch party at Dearborn Brewing when she's not here on the show. Angel says, hello from Formosa, Argentina. Have a great show, Masters of Glass Blowing. Thank you, Angel. Frank says, hello from Southern California. Sean
man.
says, good evening. That was a fun experiment.
Heck yeah.
I know. I love throwing these guys for challenges because they've got lots of tricks, and you don't know until we like throw them a loop. All right,
this
thanks.
little adorable bubble's gonna become a mug.
Thanks everyone for watching. We have some housekeeping. Sweden. It's Hannah, right?
Hannah, yes.
Yeah, Hannah.
Could be
I'm not
pronounced
sure.
Hannah.
Robin's checking one more thing on pricing, so hold tight. I don't know if she got that to you today.
Did you hear that from her, Jake? That pronounced Hannah? Or are you just guessing?
Oh.
I was just taking a wild Swedish guess.
A wild Swedish guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hey, Hannah, if we've been saying your name wrong the entire time, would you get in the comments and let us know?
Yeah.
Right? Like a
Thank
phonetic
you.
pronunciation?
Fanatic.
just so you guys know,
Yes.
it is the beginning of a new month, June.
Yes.
So I have 4 gift cards to give away throughout the show. We
Jeez.
have 4 $25 gift cards. So stay tuned. I'm going to give those away throughout the show, as well as our beautiful giveaway piece that Chris is currently manhandling.
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 That would be holding it like this.
That's manhandling.
Little tiny mini. It's about a finger's worth of goodness.
Yeah, right there.
Nice glass blower paws all over it.
Manhandling.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to apologize for those of you last week. I plugged in the iPad but didn't turn the power strip on. So the show ended slightly early, but tonight we are here for 2 hours. Everything is charged up and ready to go.
But it did remind us.
I was going to say, if not, Tabea taught me a new trick too. So
Good.
And I would think just to possibly stimulate the bus engine to get revved up.
I still.
Oh, you want it.
Up a little bit and have a little OT tonight.
Why?
Why?
If you're a short time last week, we've got to make sure that our crew out there in the social media world gets every minute what they deserve.
I'm having mic
Hot
problems
glass
with
content.
Chris, just so you guys
Shouldn't
know.
you gun for OT next time Tabea's on the show
And we
since
can't-
they missed a lot of Tabea time?
Oliver, I was thinking that I was doing it for you, man.
Well, I'd love to be here. I just, I want to be fair to the people. Jake, I got a little bit of time on this. I'm just letting this cook nice and slow. You all right with that?
We're all
we
just
talk
hanging
about
out,
this?
everybody. No, we didn't. And I was waiting for the moment to
Your
tell them
mic-
about it.
Right now's the moment.
My mic's not on?
No, Chris, can you turn yours off and on, please?
Well, Chris is going to hand model with his man hands this large chunk of super glamorous and super, sought after, straight from the crucible chunk of mined adventurine glass.
Straight from whose crucible?
Look at that. Just look at
Watch this.
Oh, now it's gone.
it.
Magic trick.
Now watch again.
Magician.
It's pretty amazing, folks.
Well, whose crucible did it come from?
It came from our good friend, Donald.
I can tell you though, it didn't come from Donald's crucible.
No.
It came from Donald's stockpile of goodness.
Oh, yes.
And what this adventurine, the way that they used to make adventurine, I don't know if they still do it this way. Now they're starting to do adventurine. When it was only coming out of Italy, they would mix a crucible tank of it, and then they would cool the crucible down, and they'd break out the chunks of adventurine from it, and they would have these big chunks of adventurine that were just large nugs. Now they pull out bar and they marver it into a long tube, and you intentionally have so many bar that come out of the adventurine. But this was the way to keep the adventurine from being reduced, because when you gather it up and you heat it up and shape it, the more you use it, the more it gets reduced. But this is a gorgeous looking,
Meaning it
sparkly
loses its color.
adventurine. Exactly, it loses its color. That is copper flakes mixed in with the glass. Here's a chunk of it going over the torpedo-shaped knuckle burn in action. I think I saw a puff of smoke come off of that.
Yeah.
Can you back up 1 second and talk about what
Back
a
it up.
crucible is?
A crucible is the liner of a glass furnace. And that crucible is made out of like 99% alumina. It's almost indestructible because glass is so corrosive. And when you melt the glass in there, that's sitting inside the furnace, and that's what takes the brunt of the corrosion of the glass when you fill the crucible full of glass and melt it down. There's always an off-spelling of glass. When you melt glass, it gets up and vaporizes into the interior surface of the furnace and also does harm to the furnace and deteriorates it slowly from that as well, too.
5th grade level.
Yes, so that's for all you 5th graders out there. But it's a really, really amazing process, this adventurine, and it's nice to get a good batch. Different batches, they're not consistent, so when you get a real nice batch, I remember back in the day,
When was that?
In like the mid-90s, 1992 through like 1996 or so, we had I bought like 10 kilos of the green adventurine bar because it was so nice, and I had it, and we were doing these big vases, like 36-inch tall vases with adventurine, and they were just gorgeous.
What does a bad batch of aventurine look like? Like, is it just like low sparkle content, like low
No,
flake
they
They
content?
get thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, they're criminals.
They're criminals.
Thank you, Michelle.
That's a bad batch, man.
Thank you.
Get the cartoon, AI cartoon guy out there to just bust it out right now and show us a bunch of little adventurine people running
It's
around.
felonious color.
Ooh, that is so
A bad
cool.
batch of adventurine doesn't look very consistent like that. It looks really snotty and like has like globs in it and
Okay.
hasn't been blended together correctly.
Jake, how did you say our friend from Sweden's name?
I didn't say that that's the way it was
No, but how
pronounced,
did you say it?
Hana.
That's what she said it is.
Nice.
She is
bit like
asking
that.
if there is blue adventurine.
There's blue adventurine and green adventurine and purple adventurine. However, we'll talk about number 10 on the table later today and explain to you what went down with the purple tureen that we do have here in-house.
All right. Take a look at this trick that Jake's going to do. He just encased this aventurine in clear. That's going to protect that color from the heat as we work it, make sure we don't burn out any of that copper flake. But then on that clear, he's going to throw in this really fine grain size, this Fritz size, 00 of our amethyst purple.
We've never
Two
done this
coats?
before. Yes.
Green and purple, what color does that make?
No green.
Gold
Oh,
The
sorry,
adventurine
yeah.
with purple on
aventurine is
top.
gold with purple on top.
Number 6 was our first attempt with this chunk of adventurine on the table tonight, and it turned out beautiful, slightly transparent, gold, metallic, ridiculous piece.
You didn't even test it by putting beer in it, did you?
Nope, didn't even
At
test
the
it.
beverage counter, because that's just adding more amber.
Totally.
So that's going to make that piece look really cool. And remember that, guys, whenever you're dealing with our specialty drinkware, there's a big component to what you pour in there. If it's a stout, if it's an amber, if it's a pilsner, it's that super, super light amber. It changes the look of the glass.
Yes.
So are you saying we need to go pour a beer into it to figure it out?
Well,
Let's say we have someone in the crowd who's just a big light beer drinker. What color do you think
that
that we
mean?
have that like goes well with that?
with a light colored beer?
Yeah. Like clear is always the thing that we think of so you can see through it, but if you're gonna go a color,
Yeah, I think that if you leave some transparency in the vessel itself so that you see the true color of the amber in between sections of color, I think that a really nice teal would look cool.
Okay.
I think an opaque orange would look super cool with the light yellow amber. When you're
Okay.
talking about now bringing in a dark brown like a porter. You know,
yeah, completely different color.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we haven't had a porter on tap at the Michigan room yet, folks, but we're gonna, and when we do, we're gonna sound the alarm.
The porter alarm?
The porter alarm, so that people get here to try the first porter action. I was at Bell's Brewery here a little ways back, and I remember when they would tap a keg that was the very bottom of the Two Hearted Ale. It was like one of the first kegs that was poured out of the giant batch, which is the stuff from the bottom, and it's super creamy like oatmeal. And they would put it on tap, and they'd pour it, and it would come out
Sludge.
super thick, and it'd be like, pa-chunk, pa-chunk, and it would come out, and they'd just stop tapping it, and they'd get on a horn, and they got an email list of everyone who's all their real good customers. They're like, listen, we got one. We got a real nice one.
We
And
got
there'd be
the
hundreds of
sludge.
people coming up to drink off of that keg.
And this was like the early Two Hearted.
Yeah, this was when Two Hearted Al was before it was even named Two Hearted Al.
Okay.
I'm curious.
I like how you're saying Al and not Ale. I like how you've
I know
really
that
given
guy,
it a
Al.
full
Al.
name.
Al.
You
How
sound
many-
like you're from New York.
How many beer drinkers are watching the show right now?
Blow?
Put it in the chat. Do you like beer? Or do the beer emoji?
Yeah.
We've got a couple later arrivals. We've got some hellos
Stop.
in the chat. For those of you hopping in late, it is drinkware nights.
We're making mugs.
If I'm not mistaken, this is still the members piece.
Yes.
Oh, it
So you
is.
haven't missed too much. Pam says, hi, finally nice enough for a boat ride, so a little late joining. Very cool. Wish I had a boat ride today.
Well,
Jeff said in Spanish, sorry for arriving late.
In Spanish, you know how
Stop.
to translate that?
I do.
Good for you.
He says, hello, talented Tabea. Hello, silent Sarah.
Oh.
All right, so
Dude, I
we need
think that color's looking
we need an
sweet.
O
I
word for
agree.
Oliver then. We have
I
talented
know.
Tabea, silent Sarah. We need something
Outrageous Oliver.
Outrageous.
Oliver still does hold the title of the Blow Light Marver Maniac
That's
at this
true.
current moment.
MM.
Good. Jake, we can have a fight on a live show if you want. That's fine. We can do that.
You catch him just getting caught up over at the Marver. He's daydreaming, his eyes closed, and he's just rolling the glass back
I've
and
never.
Nodding off.
forth. Yeah. That's a certified
Marver
case of the Marver Manicism.
We'll see how you feel about the handles today.
It's a warm one in here, folks. It's a warm one today. The sweat has started pumping out of the forehead.
It sure
Are you
has.
sweating because it's hot?
Yes.
I'm sweating because I'm nervous.
Uh-oh.
Mary says
All
she
right,
will
Blow.
drink beer if nothing else is available. Karen is down for a lager. Gail sent us a cocktail emoji.
Stop.
Dave is sending beer emojis. Annette sent a wine emoji.
Color?
Very cool, very cool. It's
I
nice
know
to see.
Tabea's drinking probably a beer.
I don't want
or
to
a
use the
seltzer
recycle,
right
but what do you
now.
think this is not the right piece for that? The
You
really
know,
dark recycle?
do you drink seltzers out of mugs?
I do.
I think it looked nice if you stuck with a dark lip wrap too and a dark
Yeah,
handle.
Let's do that then. Let's use this. We got our recycle tank is about as low as it's been over the past maybe 6 or 8 months. So that means that it's a really dark blue at the bottom of the tank. And so I think having those really powerful accents, it's almost like melting a tank full of color is going to look really cool. Did the flashlight get turned off, or is the phone overheating?
I will look right now. It says it's on, so I think
Yeah.
it's overheating. So let me turn it off for a little bit. let it
yeah,
cool
I think
down.
that
Ready,
means the
Jake?
phone's probably real hot.
Yeah.
I'm ready. But this
So-
color's looking ridiculous. I mean, it looks like gold.
It does look like gold.
I do want to let it be known that there was only like 6 inches of the pipe hanging out of the furnace when I went to gather. I was that deep. I had all the way right to there was the door.
Well, I told Matt and Tabea this morning that they were doing pumpkins all day today, and I said, Matt, keep doing recycled pumpkins until you can't do them anymore. And he said he did about 11 of them until he had to switch to clear. It is low in there.
Tabea said she's drinking hard seltzer.
Yeah.
Jeff says, speaking of drinkware, I just opened the package that I received from you. Very
right.
nice. The colors and textures are even nicer in person. Thank you. Jeff, I know that was your first order, so
Let's
thank
go,
you.
Jeff.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Thanks for giving us a shout out on the show. Extra bonus. Testimonials from our guests are the best thing ever.
So this is going to be the Adventurine with a light haze of purple on top of it with dark blue accents along the whole piece. This is definitely a one-of-a-kind, slightly experimental piece, but we're probably going to have to make it the tightest and crispest mug, regardless of color. It's looking to be that right now. And this
Dude.
will be a members piece. I think that purple's going to look great.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
even-
halfway...
I feel like we could have even gotten darker.
A little
like-
heavier. I was nervous to just take away from the Adventurine, but
Yeah.
we'll see when it cools down. Being that it's a members piece, This piece is only available to our subscribed members, which we did get some new ones in the open enrollment period a couple weeks ago, which is amazing, and welcome to those guys.
Shout out.
Shout out. We're going to be flipping this around. Chris is shaping up the punty, and this is where we're going to attach this to the bottom of that blue chrome foot and break it off.
That's a blue chrome foot?
I mean,
The recycle foot.
recycle foot.
The super dark recycle.
Right.
This is a carnival, man. This is right from the carnival.
Are you finishing this one up, or am I?
Oh, I'm feeling like I'm going to finish it.
I'll take that.
Thanks, Oliver.
Yeah, this definitely is a carny piece.
take a
That
look.
color looks
Pretty
awesome.
sweet.
Ooh, it does.
That's right when the glass is about ready to explode, and Oliver has been enjoying the opportunity to hold that up, get a good look at
I just
it.
want to hold it really right up to my face.
Yeah.
I'll take a lip wrap, Oliver.
Which, if you're new to the show, you've never seen glass blowing before, the reason
Recycle?
I say that glass
Yep.
is about to explode is because when the glass drops below 1,000 degrees from its 2,000 degree temperature in this amount of time, not overnight, not slowly controlled, it will explode off of the pipe. And that pipe right there, what he was just holding in the air, is called the moil. And that is the sacrificial glass that is needed in order to make anything happen. It has to be connected to the pipe. So that punty that Chris brought over is also going to be technically sacrificial glass.
Did you just? I was like, did I hear
Probably
that
have to
correctly?
hang tight
Yeah.
on that,
Sacrificial.
Oliver.
You're fine. I had to drip some off and
Because I got to trim this guy.
And up
It's
until
thick.
like 50 years ago, there was no recycling in soft glass and art glass until people started to realize that you could have a second furnace and you could remelt all that sacrificial
Yeah.
glass and it would become a beautiful blue, which is what we're using today.
What, Jake, what did we do when we were starting to recycle our glass, but we only had one furnace?
I wasn't here for that.
You weren't?
No, when did that happen?
Well, we started recycling our glass at our furnace out at the Renaissance Festival.
Ah, that's
so
right.
for a long time, we had just a very light blue recycled glass out there.
Yeah. And if you use all of your scrap glass, everything that's left over, all the clear, all the yellows, all the golds, all the blues and purples as well, it makes it a really even, nice light blue mixture. But we found we can take certain colors out of that mixture and put it back into the clear tank and they'll come out to be clear again. So we've now shrunk the amount of transparent lighter colors going into the recycle tank, so our batch is automatically much thicker, or much darker blue.
Not ready.
Chris is getting a taste of the brand new duckbill shears.
Well,
Duck-billed shears are made for trimming big trims, like on bowls and stuff, not tiny little half-inch openings.
Well, here's the
Well-
straight shears.
Thank you.
Mr. Maestro, you got to check your bench before you sit down.
Oh. But he's got that trim pulled out nice and thin, and he cut off the tweezer marks, and Oliver's got a matching dark blue lip wrap that's going to tuck all that color in together beautifully on this.
it's going to be a sweet, dark, and stormy piece.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice.
So these shears are different. I'll show you when these done.
Go, Ollie. Yep. Beautiful. We're going to put this one on thick, too, guys. We're not chunking around.
Looks like you are chunking around.
We want that show off that nice, gorgeous blue, the same blue that's in the foot.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, oh, Jake took them away. Duckbills. These are the straight shears. Duckbills are different. This is another new set of tools. Ollie's got the duckbills. See how they look? Quack.
I always
quack.
wondered because
Quack.
duck bills don't look like that.
They don't bend
They
out
do
like
from
that.
the side.
Like this?
Go look at a duck.
I
what
have
they're
seen some
doing.
people draw duck bills like that.
Yeah,
It's like
Donald
You know?
Duck.
It's like when people say they made duck lips for a photo. It's because their lips are going like that too.
Yeah.
So ducks must have lips like that. Could we scavenge a picture of a duck lip from Google?
I suppose.
I don't even think ducks have lips.
They have like hard items.
I stepped away for a second, so did we answer Hannah's question?
Which was again?
What happens to aventurine when you recycle it? Does the sparkle go away?
Well, we only use so very little of this color, being that as expensive as it is and as difficult to work with as it is. Chris touched on the fact that it will burn or reduce really easily. So it's not something that's in all of our items. We have some of it coming up on the creature show next week. We really went to town on some sweet creatures and gnomes and put some churine in there, which looked really good. And this is a special occasion, but I honestly couldn't tell you if we had done a whole production day, a whole pumpkin day of using aventurine all day long, and we recycled that, or we used it all week long and had enough for a whole tank full of aventurine glass, if we melted it down, if it would stay. And I kind of feel like, based on the way it doesn't stay, if you overheat it in the hole, it turns kind of gray and not that nice. I got a feeling it would burn away.
It does burn away because there's a lot of metal in there. You know, and on the same note, I was going to see if we could put a survey out there if a duck bill is made from bone itself, like calcium,
Or
do you
cartilage.
think- I don't know. It could be cartilage. So there's three. Duck bill grows from a duck's head from bone. Is it cartilage, maybe like part of its ear material, or is it
Wait, hold still.
hair, like a toenail? Is a duck beak?
Did you say? Did you say?
Look at
Is
that.
it like
Look at that, where'd
hair?
it go?
Like a toenail?
Yeah, because a
Oh my
toenail
God, that
is
is
hair.
the best.
It's just really condensed hair. Your
Thought it
fingernails
was
are
me.
hair,
Oh
just
my
really
God, that's
condensed
the
hair.
best. That's the best.
That's why your fingernails
show
are
'em.
red, Oliver.
So
That's why
can we
my
put a poll out
fingernails
then,
are
Bess?
red.
That's right.
Can you name the three options one more time? It was
Yeah, one, is a duck
Is it-
beak made from cartilage?
Bone.
Is it made from hair material like a toenail? Or is it made from bone like calcium?
Bess is putting a poll on the FB. Everyone on the YT and everyone everywhere else, put it in the comments. Give us your final answer. We'll get to the bottom of this.
All right,
But
how about a
meanwhile,
handle,
we're gonna
Jacob?
do a handle.
blue handle.
Optic twister.
Oh, sure.
Back to the show.
I'm gonna grab the extendo pipe for this deep dunk.
The 8-footer?
The next hire we make at the Glass Academy, Michelle, needs to be like a zoologist.
Yeah.
We just need someone
To
here
answer all these
who-
questions. We do have someone on staff who's a baby doctor. And so all the questions we have there have been answered. When Chris Domas works, I say his last name wrong. When
Hey,
he
whatever.
works, we get all our baby questions
You
answered.
bring all the verifiers into the house you want, because everything I say is true.
And there you have it, folks.
I think we can end the show now.
That's right.
All right, we're going for an optically twisted handle here. You can see all the motion in that color being in the bottom of the tank. It looks like it's some sort of swirled up situation, but by the time this completely cools down, it will be just a beautiful, wholesome, transparent dark blue.
So would you say, Jake, that those are strands of highly condensed cobalt oxide?
Sure.
I knew you were going to say that. All right.
This thing's going to be coming correctly.
Optically twisted handles are so nice to make because when you ram jam them on the side of the mug, guys, you hear the noise. It's kind of like a... And then you pull up and twist, and it is good.
It's good.
I'm pretty much ready, but let's
I'm
go.
pretty much ready too.
I just don't like letting aventurine get too cold because that stuff is stiff.
Two things.
Twit.
One, I have a poll going on both Facebook and YouTube. So
Nice.
no matter where you're watching, go ahead and vote.
Please.
I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah, the table goes live in about 30 seconds. So keep an eye out for that. I'll post the link in the comments.
While
Just
you're
a cool
ans-
30 seconds.
Yeah, while you're answering the poll, while the
It's a nice
question
ornament.
is being had, the table will go live. Go, go, go.
Yes. And it's a beautiful table at that, folks. Those are all never before seen mugs. One and dones. We made those all over the last 2 weeks in preparation for this show. And I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised.
The best connection point right here for me is it's like a pumpkin stem. The spray of the mold on the bottom of the mug.
Super nice.
Blue
You know what I mean?
stamper?
I'm on it.
So Chris is choosing to forego any decorative handle accents because he likes the way the handle looks, the size, the shape, the twist,
I like the simplicity of it.
and the simplicity of the entire mug. And I think I agree with him. It looks incredible. He's going for the same blue as all the accents we've done here. Beautiful shape on the mug. And this piece is going to be up for sale as soon as it makes it into the box.
What is the box?
But,
The box.
but only certain people have an opportunity to purchase
That's
it,
right. Just the Loyalty League members, our top tier membership, and they do have the link of right where that goes and the opportunity to purchase it once we get it on the website.
And it's only the opportunity to join the Loyalty League. It only happens every so often, right?
Right.
What is that, every other month or something? Or once whenever Michelle decides?
4 times a year.
Quarterly.
Quarterly.
So Loyalty League registration ended last week. It will not open again until about the end of August.
Yes, end of August. And by now, all the Loyalty League members should have got their quarterly custom glass gift, which if you did get that, you could let us know how you like it in the chat or the Glass Academy Addicts, or just shoot us an email. But we love to get some feedback on your favorite item that we brought to you guys so far.
Or if you are part of the Loyalty League Facebook group.
Absolutely, yes, that as well.
I like that you can still kind of see through this.
So
too.
do
I like
I.
the transparency that
I
it
love
has.
the Super Squash.
Me
Look at
too.
that. That's pimp.
That's a ridiculous mug. That's the most adventuring I think we've ever put in one single product here at the Glass Academy, at least as long as I've been around.
That's
So you're
a bigger
telling
chunk that we used on that mug over there.
It's
Yeah.
twice as
Bigger?
much as
Okay.
we use on that mug,
You're
which that mug's
telling me
beautiful.
you knocked off a hunk from the big hunk.
Yes.
And so give me an
knocked the
idea.
hunk
An inch
off?
by an inch?
Double hunk, double hunk.
I almost
It's
went to knock
probably
stuff
like
off that table.
if you took like 2.5 green grapes and squished them all together, that would be
That's what I'm
about the
getting at.
amount of adventurine that we used here.
Man, and that recycle looks dang near black.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I mean, it might be the same as two of those or maybe 3 of those long, like big toe style fingerly grapes.
yeah, probably about 3 of them.
Number
Yeah, 3
3
of
right
those.
side.
Or two dates, pits included. So that is the box, folks, and it's 1,000 degrees in there, filled
That
with pumpkins.
thing's nice. If somebody doesn't snatch that puppy up, I'm gonna get it.
You guys have one more second to vote on the poll about the duck bill, and then I will close that and share the results. All right, votes, you guys, because I liked when we did this last week. Which mug do you think sold first on the table?
Oh, I gotta guess.
I'm gonna tell you, I think number 9.
No, I think it was number 2.
Wait, what are we guessing about?
Which
Number 1
which
mug, but
do
number
you think
2.
sold first tonight?
What did?
Which one?
Oliver wants to go first.
Number 4 sold first tonight.
You say number 4?
Yeah.
False.
Wait, no, number 3. I'm sorry, number 3, the green one.
That is Oliver's favorite.
I'm going for the leopard, number 9.
Number 11, the spaghetti one, is my personal favorite.
I
over
love
there.
number
So
11.
that's your vote, Bess?
That's my vote, but I already know the answer.
And it's not 11.
I was just telling you my favorite.
I think it's number 2.
So, mugs are already starting to sell. The table has been open for 4 minutes. The first one sold is number 7,
I like this
the
mug.
Van Gogh.
Number 7,
No
the Van Gogh
way.
pink.
That's because it's
Whoa.
beautifully
Well, how
transparent
about
like
what's
that.
the next one? Is there a next one?
There is. It's number 11.
What?
Oh my
Number
goodness.
11.
Is 9 sold yet?
Not yet.
Well,
It's still available.
It's gonna go real soon because it is the pimpiest best, the green leopard.
All right,
Show
I'm coming
that
around
one
here
off.
real quick. I'm coming around. I want to show off. Yeah, we could show off that
Talk
one,
about the color of number 2, Oliver.
but we're going to talk about these real quick. Hey, look at that, everybody. Most of these are all bar color. This one in particular is a bar color green that me and
I
Jake
love
worked
that
on.
mug.
This shape is phenomenal. I love the gradient of the green that you get from the bottom to the top. The shape is so crisp.
It looks really good in your hand. That
It's
looks super
perfectly
comfortable.
round. This lip is like super, like just the perfect thickness. I absolutely love this mug. We have to collectively all get Jake to make more of these shapes.
I do love that. I watched you guys make about half of these.
All right, now
Yeah,
hold
that's
on
right.
a second, Ollie. It's my
And before
turn.
he has time to talk, let's talk about this one here real quick.
That's
Beautiful wine
pretty
red
one,
pink.
too.
with the lagoon accents all over it and the crackle on there, encased in clear, then crackled. Phenomenal mug. This is my number 2, and the thumb saddle on there feels absolutely great. I think this is a stellar color combo.
Out of control.
Excuse me.
Now it's your turn, Chris. Now you can go. And this one here's a beautiful red.
The reason this is so amazing is I looked at it just now and I was really looking deep into this thing and I'm like, did I make this? Because it's pretty darn tight and Jake did it and it's got my signature handle on it with the stinger, but the red is such a gorgeous looking bar
It
red.
is.
And he put the perfect racing stripes on here that are super subtle, but it's very traditional. That is a gorgeous looking Stein with the double action. Watch this. You can hold it like this, or you put your finger in like that. And you hold it like this. This is a nice one, guys, and I think it's number 4. I might have. I still like the green one because I made it, but number 4 is my second favorite.
So 2 things. One, I have our duckbill poll results. Also, number 3, like Oliver said, is personal favorite because it's like a good classic Slytherin mug. I just wanted to throw that out there. If you're into Harry Potter, you know what I'm talking about. All right, our poll. So on YouTube, 57% said cartilage, 42% said keratin, and 0% said bone. On Facebook, 38% said cartilage, 33% said keratin, and 29% said bone.
What's the true facts?
Keratin, just like hair and toenails.
I knew it.
I knew it.
So a little fun fact for
That's
you.
what
No
I told you. That's
way.
what I told Oliver, and I said that's why Oliver's toenails and his fingernails are red because of his red hair.
What?
Yeah,
That's true. They are that color,
he
but
has a generic paint style application he puts on his nails so that they don't look red on camera.
listen, you
folks.
can't call it generic. I worked with Tabea for a long time to figure out what wouldn't go with my skin tone and make it look natural.
We did
Because
forget to highlight Tabea's nails last show.
we did. She did her nails. Tabea does like nail art, and she matched it with the show. And Tabea, we'll get you on the next one.
Yep.
You gotta just stick your hand in the camera. It's like there's so much happening in different ways. And sometimes
Stick your hand in the cookie jar. Is that what you said?
in the camera. So
In other news, we're
Yes.
gonna blow your mind with this piece.
All right.
We have our brand new Hot Shop favorite color, which we've been using to the left and the right in every opportunity we can get, which is the
And we-
dark lagoon.
And we finally got more of it
we
today.
did buy a couple more kilos came in the mail
Oh,
today.
dark-
I'm so happy you
Lagoon?
did
Yes.
We
Darkest,
have-
creature from the Green Lagoon.
Yes, and if anybody has ever seen a kraken before, put it in the chat.
what is a kraken?
It's a big old octopus.
Yeah.
He didn't come out of the lagoon. The creature from the Black Lagoon is the one that came out of the lagoon, and he was hardcore, man. He made people cry.
He made people cry.
Yep.
Well, if anybody's crying on this show, it's from
How do
joy.
you, how do you want this?
like a nice spiral trail.
What is that?
Yeah. I tried to tell him exactly the plan by quietly, without talking in the microphone, just pointing at one tool.
Did it work?
No.
I thought it did, yeah. I was really surprised actually it didn't work.
So you're going to be using a bar color application.
Oh, yeah. And this color, could you guess what color this is by the way it turned transparent?
Oh, it's probably going to be a red. Reds turn transparent. Yellows turn transparent when you heat them up hot. And some ambers turn transparent. So it could be iris.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is?
Yeah, we got the lagoon body, and we're going to put a feathered trail of a metallic iris bar on the exterior of the mug. You can't use iris and do what we did on the last one and encase it in clear, because then you wouldn't see the metallic property. So that's just a lot of gold color.
Yes, it is. So we don't do these bar colors very often. Part of
You
the
want to
reason
save any of
why
this?
is because
Nope.
the bar
Okay,
colors all
thank you.
have to be preheated in the garage area over there, and then they have to be heated on the end of a pipe. Then they're applied to the pipe itself. They're very dense colors, and so they take more time. On the show, we tend to use brick.
I'm doing the back and forth. Very soft color. So the last time we did some feathering on the show and a couple custom pieces, we just did 2 strands like that. This one I started while the core of my bubble was still cold and what Oliver brought over was still really hot. I pulled down 2 strands towards the bottom. Now I'm going to go the opposite way. The up and down. So we got strands going down, strands going up, and it looks ridiculous.
All right, who's ever made a Napoleon pastry? Have you ever done
just gotta
that? Where the
pinch in
top
between.
of the pastry is all white, then you add the drizzle, and then you use a butter knife and swirl it. It's the same idea.
It's a lot of pinches.
What if butter gets on it?
Tastes
all the way
delicious.
down.
More butter
between
the better, right?
everyone.
Something like that.
Be a finger
Who puts
sizzler.
butter in their
Yeah.
coffee, by the way? Does anyone do that? Every morning. So good.
Never heard of that.
Butter and honey. It's
Yeah,
kinda
butter
like
and
a
honey.
thing. Butter, not butter bites. It was a guy who came up with it.
You got to make sure you have a really powerful exercise regimen when you're doing that.
What are you saying?
Or not.
I'm saying
Or
you're
not.
keeping good shape, Mom, for drinking butter and honey every morning.
I was gonna say, and I first
You make it sound like it's mostly butter, mostly honey, and a splash of coffee.
I was just gonna say that might be the case sometimes. Put a half a stick of butter in your glass.
Yeah.
It tastes really
Preheat
good.
it and then pour hot coffee on it, like an ounce of it.
Says the man who ate a hot fudge sundae last
I think
night.
those are called butter affogatos.
Interesting.
Sounds good to me.
It's pretty buttery.
Jody says, I don't put butter,
Oh.
but I do put salt in my coffee.
Yeah,
I've heard
that's
salt
a good
in
one,
the
too.
coffee.
Mine too. It's great.
Interesting.
Just a smidgen. And
How
it
much?
takes the bitterness away. Hey,
Smidgen.
smidgen.
Could you spell that, please?
Smidgen.
It's a word.
I thought that was a character from Harry Potter.
You're
No,
thinking
that's the smidgekin.
That's
He's the
not at
little
all.
guy.
I don't know.
Smidgekin.
I am the only one tonight that did not have espresso.
Blow?
Oliver, there are 2 comments about you that I'll read as you are blowing.
Thank you.
The first one is from Stephanie.
Give it to me now.
Stephanie says, Oliver, I'm so glad you're back. You bring so much to the show.
Yeah, Oliver.
thanks, everybody.
And then Linda says, wow, Oliver, your bits are so juicy.
Maybe that'll have to be Oliver's nickname.
Guilty
Juicy
as
Bits.
charged. Guilty as charged.
Juicy bits.
Oh,
Or should it be buttery
Blow?
bits?
I like buttery bits, too.
That's the BB. Buttery bits, folks. That could be like a good newsletter, like commentary line where Oliver's going to add his buttery bits into next week's
Yeah.
newsletter.
In
That's,
the E-News?
that's during the Anila reveal.
We're going to pause for Oliver's buttery bits. That is the Anila reveal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Holy crap.
I'm sweating so much now. I'm sweating so much.
It's going on the sheet, Oliver.
That's great.
You know
Changing conversation
when you
real
know
quick.
it's
We
on the
were
sheet,
talking about coffee in the
it's
morning, your
recorded.
routine. Did I ever tell you guys about the roommate I had in college who didn't drink coffee? He would just take water, a spoonful of cayenne pepper, mix it together, and then that would be like his morning coffee.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
That's rowdy.
The capsaicin, that like the thing that makes it taste hot, does something to your brain. And
Gold
he
butt.
made me do it one Saturday morning, and I couldn't finish it.
That what happened to your brain?
I couldn't finish it, and I felt like drunk from how spicy my mouth got from just taking a spoonful of cayenne pepper at like 6:30 in the morning.
It's rare that I don't think there's somebody out there that has done that before, but I got a feeling there's nobody in the chat right now that has ever done that.
If you do that fast, it's cayenne and water and lemon. It's the same idea.
He told me that it was like a Spanish thing that he picked up when he was living down south, but I don't know if that's true or
If he
not.
was from the middle of Ohio or something.
Notice this, you guys. The gold is reacting with the lagoon so that there's a different density of color along each of those little eyebrow squiggle marks. It's looking really cool. Gold?
Is that what you said?
Yes, please.
I'm being a little mindful
That looks like a
of doing the zoom ins because I did feel the camera get nice and hot earlier, so I'm stepping back a little and doing zooms in. So this
Heard.
is my subtle hint to the glass
Subtle
blowers.
hint taken.
Show me things slowly.
Ready?
Behind you, yep.
That pattern kind of reminds me of a fish, like a, is it
Yeah,
a
it
cuttlefish.
Oh. Want me to save that for a handle?
Sure.
Quiet on the set.
Focusing, squish.
Jody says the salt and butter essentially do the same thing. The salt content
Keep
in the butter
squishing.
helps to remove the bitterness in coffee.
Not the butteriness.
Oh, so yeah, it's
Lighten up.
salted butter. I never thought of it that way.
That's good.
In the chat, tell me what your morning go-to is. We've already heard about the cayenne pepper and the buttery coffee. What is your go-to in the morning?
Oh, actually, my first go-to before I have the
take another
coffee
paddle.
is salt water.
Since
Celtic
you're here.
sea salt that's
Yes.
got like 92 minerals
Real gentle.
with 1 cup of water. If you need half a teaspoon of that salt.
Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about.
I like watching like the moisture just come out of the paddle on
Yeah,
top.
how is there still moisture in that?
I don't know. We burned the heck out of it. Are you gonna want a iris lip wrap?
Very, very, very likely, yeah.
Who was the gentleman that made the flight after we were talking about it last week on the show?
Frank,
Frank?
my
You
man.
saw your pictures?
What did he do?
He made a paddle.
Yeah,
For
you know, we're
flight?
gonna show that off when we have it in our hands and talk about it and have a whole show around using that flight board. I think it's gonna be 2 or 3 shows now. I can't remember what we decided.
You
But-
know, when you get an old fashioned, they use that fancy like nightclub smoke puffer machine.
Yeah.
Where they put a piece of hickory wood in there. Well, we
Mhm.
could just naturally use our cherry wood paddles and put a little hot glass on there, and then flip the cup over and get it coated.
100%.
Could be our Merc ball.
Merc ball. Yeah, that was a great suggestion from Connor, too. Bess's husband. And he was in here on Sunday thinking the same thing. He's a bartender himself. I think we do have a pretty good opportunity to get crazy with the cherry wood mojo.
Oh, he was very excited about that.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
All right, here you go.
You doing it or am I doing it?
You can do it.
All right. Everything's
got a
still on the
little
table. Sarah's
specialness
working
to it.
on a show display tonight, so nothing has been removed. But I know there are some sales that happened.
Are you
But
gonna?
if you are interested, go on the website, glassacademy.com. If you just want to
duck
play
bills,
our
though.
fun game, here's tonight's question. What colors do you love seeing in our glass? Is there a pattern we do that you like best? And I appreciate Sarah made this awesome rainbow because it is Pride Month. So with that in mind, she was rocking it out.
Number 3's gone. Number 7.
I think she heard me. She came, printed orders, and she's taking them down. All right.
Just grab number 9.
There's no way 2's not gone. 11's
Go
gone.
ahead, just take number 9.
10's gone. 12? The heck's going on around here?
What?
Jeez.
All right, tweezers can pull the glass out. The bright orange color is the hottest glass. If you're new to the show, this is the gathering point where we blow
Coming
glass
behind
every
ya.
Tuesday night. Themes are different every week. And
We
do
want,
sell
like-
what we make on the table, or you have opportunity to purchase what you see.
You want a couple
being
coats of
here.
iris on there
I
to match
can't
the
even
powerfulness of
remember
the
how
bar?
many people I talked to this week, but I'm telling you, I passed out a lot of flyers about our show.
Where?
And if anybody's watching us and got handed a flyer about the gathering point from me personally at some event or some interaction, put it inside the chat because I'm handing them out all the time, and I handed out a bunch this week.
Is it
Trying to
like?
think.
Yeah.
Are you just like taking Poe for a walk in the neighborhood and dropping it in people's mailboxes?
Well, what I started to do with my man bag,
Your man bag.
I started filling it full of marketing material. And every week it's empty because all I do is like, oh my God, I actually do have a QR code pamphlet for the Gathering Point show. Check it out. And I hand them out to everybody.
So Connor's parents went to Florida about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
And I had a couple people come in during some of my shifts saying, hey, what do I do with all of these glass blowing stickers you keep giving me? I get one with every order. So here's an idea for you. When they went to Florida, he took some stickers with him that he had taken the last time he was in here. And everywhere he went that had like a wall of stickers, he added a glass blowing sticker to the
Yes.
to the wall.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, promote Glass Academy, stick a sticker on those sticker walls or wherever you see a collection of stickers.
Yeah, and a couple times I've been places
Good.
and I've been like, oh, sweet, a sticker wall. And I go in my man bag and get the material. And I go in there and I go to sticker it. And there's already a sticker there. And I'm like, what? Double sticker action's okay, folks. They say that you have to see something 7 times before it sticks in your brain.
14.
So you're
14
putting
times?
Yeah, with
14
social
stickers
media,
down.
it's changed.
The
It's
people
14.
updated their research.
And I will say, Bess, thank you for doing the polls. I also discovered 82% watch their social media with no sound on.
Interesting.
So if you don't have comments, they're not hearing what's going on.
And or turn the radio down.
Or you're at
Turn the
work.
radio
That's fair.
down.
I'm a millennial,
Because
so I need the
100% of people
sound.
still listen to the radio.
Well, going down the rabbit
I
hole.
listen to the radio.
I'm a millennial, so I need the sound and the captions on.
Yes.
I listen to it
So
because there's
Lucy
so
does
much
that too.
good information on the news, Yay.
So what colors is that, Jake?
These are a beautiful, top-notch, the best there ever was, dark, murky, super aquatic, lagoon blue-green.
Tell them.
That's one of the colors.
Okay,
just one.
that's just one.
That's the first color.
And the second color,
The second color, in 2 different forms of color, is the ultra-dense metallic bar color iridescent gold that's feathered along the body of the piece. And then on the top and the bottom is the frit form, the really granular, chopped up, chunky, spotty metallic gold.
what
So there's-
color would the handle be?
The handle's going to be the second of the 2 golds. But
I'm going to go on a limb since we're talking about really doing something crazy.
Oh boy.
What if you made the handle, since it's darkest lagoon, like a mermaid handle or something?
What, like one of these, you mean?
Yeah, and then you put the mermaid tail on the end with the straight crimps.
Oh, so now you do want to take over.
Wait a second. Which is the mermaid handle?
Show it off, Dad. I was already
Which
planning
one is
on
it?
doing a top-downer.
There's no mermaid handle on there.
What's the closest one?
Let's do it,
None.
Oliver.
I mean, they're all
Optic
cool.
twister.
This one is, isn't it?
This is kind of mermaid-ish, but it needs to be fatter up
Mermaid-ish.
top and wider and flattened, so it looks like the whole bottom half of a mermaid, like a big old flat fish body.
Do you hear what I'm getting? Now you just described it, so they hear what they need to make.
We've made
Here
some,
you go,
We've
Dad.
made some pretty nice mermaid handles
Needs a flash.
in the custom mug nights. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, if you're ever coming into town, are you optically twisting that?
Yes.
I am putting color on it, and that's what I've done so far.
All right, well, let me get in there.
What am I doing with this guy?
You're going to get color on it.
Yep,
Then
done.
You're going to blow it out and blow it in an optical mold. And then
Okay.
we're going to twist it up and ovalize it and bring it over to me so it's flat. So it's like a mermaid body.
Yeah, I know Carrie was doing the same sticker move you were talking about, Bess. I'm here reading the comments, and she just reminded me. She sent me like 5 pictures of all the different
Oh,
stickers
that's funny.
around New Orleans in the
Yeah.
French Quarter. She was just hopping from spot to spot.
I kept
Make a
getting
mermaid
Florida
out of that?
sticker pictures.
You gotta
Robin
twist
says
it up,
sprinkle those
cut it
pens
off, and
around
then puff
too.
it out and flatten
Oh,
it
yeah,
into
yeah,
a flat, optically twisted, long handle. So you're
Yeah,
gonna have to
Robin, we
intervene.
will.
All right, I
The
gotta grab
pens,
this.
we have these glass pens.
Thanks,
I
Oliver.
absolutely love them. If you order
So you want me
something,
to
you're going to get a pen inside it.
Twist
but
it first.
We have an event tomorrow, and we give out freebies.
Yep.
Come by and see
And then
us.
use the diamonds and,
I gotcha.
cut the. When you're twisting it, you're gonna have to use the diamonds, swing it out, twist it,
Yep.
and then
Flatten it and bring it over like a flatty.
Yes.
All right.
Do you need a tag to flatten it?
I would love one over there, yeah.
And if you maybe if he flattens it, well, you cap it so it doesn't.
Beautiful.
You know.
Yep. Let
Watch
me
that
sit
torch.
in that bench, Dad.
As a
Just so I can
reminder,
twist it.
the Loyalty League piece is still available, Loyalty Leaguers.
Oh, wow.
They've been busy looking at everything else. You guys have been nonstop.
The
All right,
Churine
this
blaster.
is the mermaid handle. They were talking instructions on how Jake needs to shape it.
Nice.
Teamwork. Oliver's using a
Nice.
taglia, which flattens it, pushing the
That feels
air
just
out of
so
the
wrong.
backside.
Very
Real
weird.
hot up at the neck part too.
Yeah, so I
it
can
pulls
fall
out
off.
like a dragon tail, right?
Gotcha. Coming at ya.
I'm ready.
After this piece, I am going to give away one of our gift cards, so stay tuned for that. And the Loyalty League piece is sold.
And that's that.
That is that.
And that is that.
That's cool. It's almost like a plant leaf.
Very cool. It's kind of aquatic. It's kind of very similar to the handle number 7, the first mug that's sold here tonight on our virtual gallery. And if you're brand new to the show, you know that all those pieces that we featured and made for the show tonight are available on our website, glassacademy.com. We're out of Dearborn, Michigan. We've been doing this for
Take a Darkest Lagoon.
20-some years. Family business.
Jake started when he was 2.
When I was just a little thing.
Actually, he was in my belly when he started.
Yeah.
The Gathering Point show has been around since the pandemic.
Today
So-
is show 321.
Oh,
321.
it is 321. There we go. So if you like what you're seeing, there's lots of live shows you can go back on. We are doing edited clips, and you'll find those under the video tab on YouTube.
One
or you
coat's
can
good.
scroll backwards on Facebook and check out some of the reels and shows posted there.
Mary in the comments says Loyalty League member piece just found a new home, so we know who that went to.
Ready?
Hello,
I had a
Mary.
feeling Mary was going for that one. I kind of knew it. She
Mary
is
loves
the
her
sparkle
sparkle.
champion. Yeah.
Yeah, when she showed up, she had the coolest sparkle purse I've ever seen.
Oh, and the shoes too.
Oh, I missed the shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Hannah says, is it too late to start glass blowing at 40?
No.
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 It's never
Start
too
it
late.
up.
Nope. Find your local shop. See what classes they offer.
What city are you in? Maybe we know someone.
Go talk to the people. I don't know. Do you know too many glass blowers in Sweden?
Oh, she's Sweden? I thought it was
Yeah.
someone different.
No, it was Hannah. We're pronouncing her name correctly now.
Sweden, I don't know. Sweden might have more factories. I know Australia has a couple private studios, but start checking around because you never know.
So, fun fact, I see we're doing like a mermaid tail on here,
Yeah.
right? There is a mug club member at Dearborn Brewing who has a mug with a mermaid tail as the handle.
Really? Mm-hmm. So it has been done before.
It's one of the OG mugs.
I said that earlier. I've
Yeah.
done a mermaid tail probably at least 6 times
Yeah.
over the past 38 years.
There's
Yeah.
also
Are you
one that
rare?
looks like a fish that Chris made too.
Fish handle?
No, the
Fish
whole mug
piece.
is a fish. The part you drink out
Rib
of is
stamp?
the fish's mouth.
Wow.
Ooh, so it's like you're kissing a fish
I'm gonna
every
take
time?
a green thumb bit too. Give me that first, then we can do a stamp off of it.
Green
So-
thumb bit.
Yeah, like the Darkest Lagoon.
Got it.
I'm noticing over here that our Loyalty League members, and I believe our star supporters, get a discount as well from time to time as
deep.
being part of the loyalty program. And I see some purchases over here with a serious discount on them. This purchase in particular, I see instantly pays for their monthly membership.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just one
their
purchase.
quarterly gift. Not only do they get a gift in the mail, but they get a discount.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, for those of you who are on the fence, should I join? Should I not join? You make your money back right there.
As much as I'm not so much a proponent of giant discounts as Michelle is, it does feel good seeing our top customers and the people that are willing to do a monthly situation for us and with us and for them as well. If anyone's going to get an extreme discount, I'm happy that it's you guys.
A monthly situation.
Monthly
Yeah.
situation.
I've got a situation here.
I can't wait to see the gold come out of this. Using bar color in the body of the mug, gold accents on the top, the handle, and the bottom. This is going to be a really serious piece. It's a larger mug, probably 23 ounces, maybe 22.
Okay, we'll take that stamp bit now, Ollie.
As a reminder, after this piece, I am giving away a gift card.
You got it. I'll be there.
Heard.
I'll be there. Did you put subtitles on?
Sometimes Facebook does that.
I love it. That's what we want. Did I say something and they clicked it in? I won't say no. This is how we sign our pieces. It's kind of hard to sign them, and you can see it's a group effort. We're all working on the piece together. Me, I'm really hard here working, commentating. I'm teasing. But we sign it with a stamp. So it's not scribed in there or needs to be hand signed after. It's kind of like a branding. A little piece of glass just goes right on it. And we put in the
All right, I'm
detail.
gonna let you see it before we bling her out.
27 likes on the YT and counting. Bring the heat, folks.
Yep.
Oliver's going to bring the heat. Actually, he's going to kind of reduce the heat here.
I think yeah,
A little
sure.
bit less. Yeah.
He's pulling out
I
the
was hoping it'd come
propellant.
to me in time. I didn't have anything clever to
It
say.
did. Oh boy, little ovular.
Ovular?
Yep,
What does that mean?
it means not round.
Oh.
Oval-like.
Yes.
That's what I thought it meant, but I was surprised that that happened. And why that happened would be because the handle.
Handle's heavy,
Pulling
and
on
then
it.
that lagoon's a very soft color.
We really got some nice.
Serious.
I like that.
So
Think I should
here's
straighten
the
the oval out
another
more?
mermaid
Looks
tail
like a
mug.
perfect sipper to me.
This
Oh,
one is
very
green
cute.
aventurine.
Oh wow,
Very cute.
wow.
Is that Tabea? Did she just grab it?
Tabea's hand modeling for me over at the
Oh,
brewery.
yeah. So we could have pointed out her nails. Oh, which is a really good idea. Next time we do a photo shoot, Tabea, remind me. Let's get your hand in there with those fancy
It's
nails.
looking pretty good. Yep. Now that is some metallic lagoon mojo. He's digging through the pile. He's going to go for the dismount here, folks. So quiet on set.
Roland, this is for you. No talking.
See if I can make the pipe sing.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Here I am.
Over the top he goes with it. Looking for the claw.
Claw pass.
Passing.
If there's any sharp edges, this torch will take care of them. You can see that metallic coming through. Super cool.
I
Take it
know
away.
Hannah said earlier, is it too late to start at 40? Dave put in the comments, I started at 55 and I don't plan to stop.
Let's go,
Aw,
Dave.
nice.
What a champion.
All right, little housekeeping. We're going straight into Bess and her clipboard.
All right, so I've got 4 gift cards to give away throughout the night here. They are $25 gift cards. And
How did they win these?
Yeah, so to enter to win these, you can answer the question that gets sent out in the e-news. So make sure you're not subscribed to our e-news. Make sure you do subscribe. And it's another bonus chance to win other than just items on the show. So I've got 4 to give away in total. I will give away our first one. I have Post-it notes covering the other names on here. Also, ignore my notes on the Post-it notes. It's for my housekeeping later.
Ignore them.
Ignore them. So our first $25 gift card for the month of May, congratulations to Susan Bell. So Susan, you are going to get an email from Donna on Thursday, and that is going to have your gift card code in there, and that can be used either in the gallery or online for classes or on product. So congratulations, Susan. I'll be announcing the other names throughout the night.
You know, Susan, we've got a couple mugs that are still available here,
We sure do.
and you could use that discount. Well, I guess you don't have it yet tonight.
I love that green spotty mug.
Let me show that one off in 1 second. I got to get back to this one that hasn't
We
sold
already-
and I'm blown
we
away.
already
I got to just
featured
talk
him.
about it one time. Does anybody know the crackle like this? Has anybody ever felt the glass intentionally broken and then slightly sealed back together? It's smooth, but it's more like a lizard's back. Also, look at the connection of this handle and the way it trapped air in each of the crevices of that crackle. Super cool magnification of the cracklage.
You know what I'd say with that? There's not a boring moment when you're drinking a beverage. out
There's
of there.
not.
This one is ridiculous. We've never dropped anything while we've been hand modeling it, have we?
No.
Why would you curse that?
Knock on
Because-
wood.
This one's ridiculous. This is Chris all day long. Classic shape, style, design, black, metallic gold, powerful granny green. This is pretty much the classic mug. Super functional, super proportionate, super powerful. With that K95, looks like metal attached on either side of it.
I love a
Number
good
9
granny
is
green.
super tight. And then
All
this one, number 5 here, is a different color than you will ever see. We very rarely use this. We don't have this in a frit form at all. This is only bar color, and every time you use it, you think it's called old gold, and it seems like it's going to be some kind of bright orange or a metallic gold, and then it turns out to be this like orange tinted power yellow. And I think it's a really unique color, really one of a kind. And then we put our new gold, which we did release on like probably 30 shows ago. We used it the whole show and tested it against our traditional gold, and it's got a little bit more amber to it, a little more opaque. So this is truly a one-of-a-kinder here with just a classic clean handle on it.
Okay, you know what I will say is there are no air bubbles, cords, flaws, tool marks. That's one of the tricks using transparent bar color,
100%.
not to have any of those things show up.
It's super clean. It's a perfectly
super
smooth,
clean.
mug.
So as a glass blower, like a glass blower would look at that and give the nod.
And we strive to have all of our glass come to you guys from a glass blower's eye. You know, it's not necessary, but we do take pride in what we do. And if a glass blower stumbles across our show or comes in off the street to have a drink at our bar or just comes to talk to us, we want our glass to be something we're proud of all the time. And I think you guys can appreciate that.
Can I see if you're up to a challenge?
Yes.
Jay, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes.
This ruby that we have up that I got on here now, is that gold ruby or copper ruby?
It's a dark copper ruby in a different style I've never used before.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
That old gold mug reminds me of those old school, like, yellowy butterscotch hard candies.
Absolutely. They're called like Weatherspoons or something.
I don't know.
Weather Reese's. They're in my great grandpa's car all the time.
Werther's?
Oh, Werther's.
Werther's.
Yes.
Yeah, those are tasty.
Okay, here's my question. I wanted to try something kind of silly. The base of the mug is a solid color, whatever you guys are doing.
Make sure you draw it big enough so we can see it next time.
I don't know. Whatever. I wanted to get my point across because I know you're all going to be like, what are you talking about? So I want to blow the cylinder and then take the torch and poke a hole in it. And then open it wide enough and drop a handle in, like a hot dog.
Whoa.
And then you could turn the pipe and blow the handle to fill the space, but to have the inside of the mug have part of the handle in it.
Interesting.
And then it would also be clear, and then this is all solid color. And however you attach it, I'm not tied to that, but I just thought it might be kind of interesting.
It does sound like a fun experimental
Sounds
item.
like a challenge.
I'm down to give that a try. We'll
One
see
real
if Chris
thin
wants to
trail.
do that on his, but if he doesn't, I'm trying it.
Okay.
I'm going to sneeze as well.
Why don't you just sneeze?
Rollers?
Bless you.
Where are DOS rollers?
Where are the rollers?
All right, tonight's question, again, you can enter to win. That's what the people that are winning the $25 gift cards did. They entered our contest. That's tonight's question. Send your answers here. You'll be entered to win. You are watching The Gathering Point. And oh, who gets Bon Appetit magazine? It's called The Drinks Issue. And inside, what will you find? Let me show you. Nothing like setting up
Well,
a page
where am I
before
supposed to
start.
marver too long now?
Good luck.
That thing's going to be ready to go. Don't even marver it.
Okay, when there's a lull in the action, I'll show you what's up.
Ready?
Almost.
This is the calm before the storm.
Is the water bucket there for any particular
Yep, in
reason?
case
Yes.
I drool, it's going to catch it. All right, let's bring it.
This is my favorite thing. This is, what color? Red?
Really
Yeah.
dark ruby.
Oh, the super thin spiral trail. He can do it this thin because it's bar color, because it's so dense that it'll hold its flavor.
It won't fade.
It's flavor.
Yeah. Color and flavor are the same thing.
Synonyms.
Okay. All right, reblast that thing.
You got it.
Double blasted? That's like my buddy who just made these steaks and these ridiculous sauces and all this asparagus, and he got the fryer out, and it was outside behind his yard, and he double fried the potatoes.
Oh, that sounds
How'd that
good.
work?
Is that like
He fried them
twice
one
baked?
time and then took them out and let them dry and then fried them again.
So
Wow.
a twice baked potato,
Yes, or a
double blasted.
double blasted bit.
Don't they do that at McDonald's like all day long?
I don't know anything about McDonald's fryer deal.
No marinita, just super blast it.
Just
double
super
blasted.
blasted. Okay, understood.
Oliver,
I
you're
was
breaking a
ex-
sweat. What's going on over there?
No,
You
I'm
relax?
I'm nervous about double blasting it in front of the people.
Jeez.
You're
I'm
afraid
camera
that
shy.
coating's gonna come off your nails?
It's wearing off.
It'll come. It peels back in the heat, folks.
If I keep
So
on
what is
sweating
he
like
gonna
this,
be
my
doing
mascara's
here?
gonna start
I'm
rubbing
spaghetti
off.
eyes in
That's
it.
why girls
Spaghetti
with
on
flash
top
shots
of the
do not
spiral.
mermaid.
That's right.
Wow. So Chris is going for the tightest, most symmetrical application of color, and then going
Lighten it
for
up
the
now.
spaghetti.
Lighten it up.
Ooh,
on
that's
top.
the first time we've done that.
Wow.
Number 11 had a spaghetti, but not a spiral under
No,
the
not a
I know,
spiral
that's what I'm
spaghetti.
saying.
That's crazy.
So
You gotta
don't
be
do
careful
the
with all that.
poked hole in this one.
No.
There's none left. Look at.
Used up all the color.
All right, bring me a punty. That's a beautiful little deal right there without a punty. Just teasing.
I was like, what are you gonna flip the axis now on this
Okay.
spaghetti spiral super bit?
1 second. I want you guys to look at this. We are way ahead of the trend. These are all handmade glasses that showed up in Bon Appetit magazine. If you guys are followers of the Glass Academy, I want to let you know you are ahead of the trend. And you guys already have handmade glasses. You should send your pictures in, tag Bon Appetit on Instagram and your social platforms, and let them know that the Glass Academy has been
Yes.
way ahead of the curve.
So if there's any new viewers out there, you guys let us know in the chat. And if you guys have questions, please put them in the chat. Technical questions are what we love. As much as we're messing around out here, we love talking about the tech and what's going on and everything about glassblowing that could be educational and entertaining.
Can
If you guys
talk about
haven't,
the color challenge he just made for himself by the different techniques.
I could talk about that for sure after I mention that the people should subscribe to the YouTube channel
Ding, 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 ding.
and like the Facebook page.
The mermaid mug is sold.
Mermaid mug's gone. Yeah, Chris has a really dense amount of color on one side, and these colors all melt at different temperatures, so it's going to be a little bit of extra time spent here on the marvering table, which is just this inch thick piece of steel that's sucking the heat out of the exterior of the glass in a nice, even, nice way.
Now, Chris told me he wanted to gather over this 3 more times
For the
to
jumbo
really
mug.
push that copper
perfect.
ruby color out to the right thick
That's
thinness.
what I heard.
The
Too.
mega mug.
Yeah.
There's enough glass in the clear tank for that.
Yeah. That's like a few weeks ago when Oliver and I were pulling cane in here, and we were already had
You
like a
scraping the bottom.
Yeah, we had a pretty low tank, and we literally did scrape the bottom of the tank. It was pretty rowdy down there.
How big is the tank?
The
200
tank
pounds.
is
200 pounds?
200 pounds.
150? 200?
200.
Which
200.
honestly, in retrospect, and those of you that have been watching our show for a little bit now know that these furnaces are new since late last year. Like,
Yeah. They still feel
November.
brand new.
they still feel brand new, but I mean, we could have gone for like 300 pounders.
I feel like the amount of glass we're blowing is just like exploded in the last year.
I know.
Hello?
Well, it's not even because things have changed for us. We're still doing our yearly plan, except we've got more ability and more documentation of last year, what sold, a more organized production schedule, and also everybody's level in the hot shop being a year further. And these guys are right on the curve, the exponential curve on the upward slope right here, where they're picking up new skills and abilities in the shop that are allowing everybody outside of me and Chris here, who rarely blows glass in a production sense anymore here for the Glass Academy. It's allowing those guys to pick up a lot more product and a lot more opportunity to create without me being involved or Chris being involved. So there is a second team producing glass here at the Glass Academy, and it feels really good.
And also we started doing events, so we're doing more demos.
Yep, a lot more classes too. Yep.
Is there a skill that you look for, Jake? Like you're talking about like this exponential curve of like getting everything underneath your belt. And I understand what you're talking about in that, but is there like what skill do you think is like the tipping point in getting up that curve? Like what are you looking at like with like Matt, myself, and Tabea?
You know what? I was going to say what's interesting about that is like it's hiring an employee. You look to their skill set. You got to build to their passion. Everyone's going to have different skill set. It is not a cookie cutter job.
Absolutely.
Some people might be good at like detail, like putting the eyes on slugs, while other people like casting the solid glass hearts, right? So I think you have to play to the ability of who's on your team.
So that's like very find the talent within the person and play to their strengths.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that involved for sure, but then you come from the other angle and we've got a production line of items that we create that need to be created to a certain tier, certain quality, and there's not much wiggle room in those products and in those things. When we're shipping them online, they need to be within handmade in America's handmade, relatableness to the picture.
Would it be fair to say that someone could make the slug and be the lead gaffer, but then the cast heart, someone else is a lead gaffer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but the products don't change that much, but they do for sure have that effect, and I totally hear what you're saying. I think one thing I've been looking for recently is hand skills are one thing, and we all have certain kind of capabilities and better or worse hand skills in the hot shop and certain attention to detail and whatnot. But once you have the capability of the glass, you understand the flow of the glass, and you can see in the way people move with the pipe and with the glass, the understanding that they have of the material. They can look away and do something, they know the heat, they know the timing of everything, everything's moving fluidly. Then it becomes a sense of mental capability to make efficient the process and do moves in a manner of not just efficiency, but like intention, yeah. Doing everything with intention and having a plan and doing the plan that you planned for. It didn't come out exactly how I want, but
I mean, it's a complicated thing. So
Isn't it like an analogy for life? Setting your intention and then making it happen?
I mean, it could be. I mean, we could relate that back to life. We could also say it's exactly like golf, and golf is exactly like life, and it all translates into one triangular circle.
Let me ask about this. Is it possible that someone might only stay an assistant and never rise to the top level? Like just because someone does something
Absolutely.
at 10, they might not be a good manager, but they're good at the 10.
100%. And I think that does have to do with a mental, like that's totally a mental thing. You could have the hand skills to get that point. Some people might just be better served being an assistant in the way that they allow for the process to efficiently move along and make everything fluid and flowing. Yes?
I'm still trying to make sense of what exactly a triangular circle is.
It's golf, life, and glass blowing.
So is it a triangular cycle?
So
No.
for those of us who don't golf, we only have 2 edges.
For those of you out there
could
that
fill
don't
something else
golf,
in.
you should start golfing.
Yeah.
all right, Chris.
For real.
You've trained plenty of people over the years. Do you agree, disagree more with Michelle or Jake, or do you have your own separate opinion of
what?
when, like, what skills is it going to be before, like, an apprentice really feels like they got their legs underneath them and it starts having, like, that explosion of growth that you see?
I think that you want to treat your apprentice like you treat the glass. You don't want to force it. You want to help it along and highlight their good qualities and smudge out their bad qualities.
And smudge out.
Aggressively. You asked, man.
It's the truth, though.
It is true. Chris is really about corporal punishment.
That's 100% true.
Hey, I've had plenty of assistants,
Me and
you know,
Yeah.
it always ends up working out just right until
It
you
doesn't.
don't have them anymore.
Until it doesn't.
All right, we have 3 more gift cards to give away. We have
do.
some other housekeeping to do. And Bess, you got any questions in the chat that need some addressing?
Not so far.
Okay, cool.
Actually, one just came through from Hannah. Hannah. She said, so if I understand it correctly, the number of times you coat a piece increases the possibility of making it thinner?
not quite. Not quite. Depends on, you're using bar color, it's already really dense and has a lot of coatage. It's completely full of that color, which is what makes it a softer, stiffer color. So in having one chunk 50% thicker on one side or 50% more of that dense color on one side, that's what makes it melt at a different temperature than the other side, which is whatever the other color you're using is. If you put on
Bess,
10
I'm
layers,
trying to think of like a cooking analogy. Does anything come to mind for you? Like chocolate chips, if you put chocolate chips in a cookie, you know how they melt super fast, right? But the rest of the cookie still needs time to cook.
totally.
Yeah, that might work.
So it just takes a little more effort, a little bit more attention paid into your temperature throughout
And
the
that's where
piece.
you see like who's a good glass blower, because you foresee this stuff coming and you kind of have to muscle it in play. So you might do 2 or 3 reheats a little cooler instead of one big hot reheat, because one big hot reheat will spin the color differently.
Jamie's wondering, yeah, go ahead.
I was hoping that this was copper ruby bit, but it's not. It looks to me like it might be a ruby,
Yeah.
like a pink, because we would get that chemical reaction between
On
the
the
gold
gold.
and the copper ruby, but it's pink, so it's going to have a really unique look to it. We're going to see what it looks like, though. I think it's going to be really pretty.
Yeah, like a transparent, beautiful, tender
Amazing.
pink. Jamie's wondering, how do you make the different colors?
Different colors are made with natural earthly minerals. So like when we mix a tank of blue, if it's copper blue, we use copper oxide and we mix that with the raw material and we melt it up and make a whole batch of copper. And the copper oxide is what does that. And the different oxides, we get the different oxides from a ceramic supply store.
That's copper right there.
And that's a beautiful copper blue.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
When I do housekeeping, I've got a couple cool things to talk about. Shout out Robin
Beautiful.
for just sending me
Nice
one to add to
shape,
the
Chris.
list.
Nice.
Cool.
That was like the right time to come on the lip again, like,
Yeah,
as soon as you
nice.
got up to actually moving it.
You saw it tighten right up when you did that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. That was nice work. You're coming
Look at
along,
that.
Allie.
We're almost there. Just a few more beatings, then morale will improve. Are you ready for that handle?
I'm ready.
All right.
That's a really cool
Cristallo.
shape.
Cristallo.
Oh, that mouthpiece feels different than what I'm used to. This one's got like the on it.
Well, I'm going to send a shout out to Albert Young, guys, because I just reminded me of him saying Cristallo, because he'd always throw out all these crazy Italian words when he was blowing glass. And he's a great mentor and friend of ours that passed away not too long ago. on his amazing journey through life as an artist, but he's a great guy. Albert, if you're out there listening, somehow the fifth dimension got you into the internet and you can hear us with your soul flying around out there.
Let's go.
You're the man.
Just received today 20 of the Albert Young original design footing tool
Nice.
feet.
I can't wait to
Tools.
see
20
him.
footing tools
Yeah.
because they were on sale.
Yeah, they were. We splurged.
That's like a lifetime supply.
No,
I know.
not for us.
We need them.
Because when they get all burned out and crappy, you throw them away. You don't hang on to them and try to suck them dry like a old
What?
an old vampire.
I was gonna say, where are you going with that?
You don't want to be having an old vampire style.
Old vampires
it's a little
are
hot.
nice.
They suck people dry.
Wouldn't a regular vampire also suck people dry?
Stay.
Kinda probably, yeah. Look at that.
Silent on the set.
Would you look at that?
This is a sheet cup. I'm telling you.
What is this?
A sheet cup?
What
Yeah,
does that
because the
mean?
handle in the cup's very elegant, and then the handle is a little bit of a thinner handle, and it's very elegant. It went on there so creamy and beautiful that it's perfect for a little bit of a smaller hand. It's very gentle and beautiful.
A
Gentle
sheet cup.
and beautiful.
I
That's
think
what we
this
like.
one here is like a extra ice, extra lime, sangria summer mug.
It's got all the colors for a summer
Yeah, it
mug.
does.
It's totally sangria all day long. I'm giving it a little bit of that outward push like the ear.
It might be nice with a lemonade. It could be like
A little
cherry
bit more
lemonade.
festive.
Oh, yes.
I gotcha.
So it still does need the stamp on it.
Yep,
Right
stamper
now,
me
what
up.
he's doing is just torching the cut mark, making sure it's not sharp.
Plus, most of the time when people are drinking sangria, they're celebrating the summer beauty. And this baby's got a lot of celebration in all that gold. I got like 4 coats of iris on there.
So it's gonna be blinging.
Bling in.
Oh, yeah.
Sharon says sangria sounds good. Dave says that was a juicy handle.
That was a juicy handle.
That handle was juicy.
Carol says I'm excited for the Anila reveal on Thursday, and Mary says I was the head vampire at work today.
Whoa, what does that mean?
Is that so, Mary?
Oh, because she draws blood. Isn't she a nurse or a technician?
Yes.
I don't know what the proper terms are, so forgive me if I didn't say that right. I have to give some blood next week. Not looking forward to it.
What a beautiful shape. Unique. New York.
That baby's tight.
Like that shape a lot. Ready for it?
So, look at the flames coming out of the furnace.
I can't believe number 2 still on the table over there.
Blowing my mind.
I can't believe number 6 is.
I thought that was
9
going to
and
be
4,
probably
let's
one of
go.
the first ones.
Yeah, number 6 too with the Adventurine.
That's okay. The
Maybe
website
people
will
are
stay
scared
up
of the
all
gold.
In good time.
Gotta be careful. I want to get a lot of reduction, but if I overheat it, I don't want to distort this thing and turn it into a mush pile.
No, that'd be the worst.
Mush piles don't really work, folks.
That would be awful.
It'd be just
All right,
horrible.
We're going to do some housekeeping. They're going to get started on another mug. We're going half an hour more. And we need 1 mug in a giveaway, or this mug becomes the giveaway. So many choices.
We will contemplate
Why we do
whilst you
housekeeping.
housekeep. Quiet on set.
Roland's going to love that one. In the background, I just saw these shot glasses. Can you tell me, are they a custom order?
I can't tell you about those yet. Those are a little something we're working on behind the scenes.
Well, I just saw it in the video, so no longer is it behind the scenes.
The scoop and ride.
Just in case you guys are interested and you really want to know, I want to share with you that the Wi-Fi password is Goblet 500.
Just in case.
Just in case, it just happened to be there. All right, these guys are going to turn off their mics. Bess and I are going to do some housekeeping. What you got, Bess?
All right. Hold on. Here you go. You can have that.
Look at Nancy.
First and foremost, I'm going to give away our next gift card here. So let me move my Post-it notes down. So our next $25 gift card goes to Jessica Link. So congratulations. Again, you are going to get your mic's off, but we can hear you.
Jessica, shout out Jessica.
You're going to get an email from Donna on Thursday. Again, that is going to be a gift card code you can either use in person or online on either classes or on product. So congratulations. I have 2 more to give away. I'll give away 1 more at the end of our housekeeping and then 1 more between our last piece and our giveaway piece. So stay tuned for that. Couple items to talk about. First, Creature Show is coming up. I heard us mention it very briefly in the beginning of the show. I wanted to touch on it here because somebody in the comments said, I think it was Jeff actually, said Creature Show, what is that? I'm intrigued. So our Creature Show is coming up next week, 1 week from today. We have a special show where we have taken any sort of creature that we make. So I believe that means snails and slugs and gnomes and maybe some other surprises for you guys in there. And we have made some really great one and done special pieces, special patterns, maybe some bigger sizes of some things that we have here in the gallery. I know that the guys have been working hard, the guys and Tabea. I have to remember that now. It's not just the guys.
Yeah.
So I know that the guys and Tabea have been working hard on those, and we're super excited to share those with you next week. So stay tuned for the Creature Show. That is 1 week from today. And yeah, we're super excited for that coming up.
It's going to be a blast. We're going to have like 40 items up. It's going to be sweet.
Awesome.
I thought it was 58.
All brand new. Could be 58.
At least 40.
That's what those guys are working on right over there.
Yes. So they're getting that all ready
Back
for us.
far away in the gallery, they're setting up the table for tomorrow. Next week. Hello.
Next thing I will talk to you guys about, you guys are getting a little sneak peek at my Facebook post for the morning. You also may have seen a sneak peek if you have seen some of our Facebook ads floating around. So starting in August, we are launching a new class for you all. Highly requested. So shout out to Oliver for getting all the details hammered out and live on our website for this new class. We are doing a pumpkinette class. Highly requested. So I'm posting about this in the morning, tomorrow morning, but I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek because you're here with us live. It is already available for registration on our website. I'll put that link in the comments when I'm done talking on housekeeping, but I will post about that with some sneak peek pictures of some sample product we've made from that as well tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that.
May I give a couple shout outs about that class
Oliver.
as well?
Absolutely.
I want to shout out Jake and Michelle for green lighting the idea for us to pursue that. I'm really excited for it. I want to shout out Tabea for working with me as we figured out what this class could look like and talking color with me and dealing with me being a little bit frazzled on the days we were figuring out colors. I want to shout out Miranda for taking photos of everything. She did a wonderful job. I love the photos that ended up on the website. And then shout out to Donna for fact-checking me on all the class stuff. As always, she is one of my favorite co-workers, so shout out to Donna. And then in the future, shout out to Robin for shipping all of these, and shout out to Lizzie for writing the website page up. It's a full team effort. Shout out to Maria for doing the class display here in the studio. It takes all hands on decks to make a single class come together, so thank you for everyone for working with me and helping me out and working with me when I've been a little scatterbrained these past couple of months, so thank you.
Oliver, thank you. That really does point it out on how many people it does take. People are like, can you just add this class in? And it's like, well, there's R&D and tech, and there's so many things, and you're right.
Takes a lot of hands, but everybody's working together, and we're super excited to launch that for you guys.
Did you have more housekeeping now or no?
2 more pieces.
Yeah, go for it.
I have our item to give away, which shout out Jeff for giving me a good transition. He said, did you guys come up with a new piece to new name to replace Happy Hour yet? We haven't finalized that yet. Thank you to everybody for sending in your answers to the question last week. with all of those suggestions, we're kind of working on that, finalizing it, coming up with what we want that new name to be.
Multiple bands.
But our winner, and also our winner does not mean that that's the name we're picking. It's just we put everybody's entries on a wheel and spun it, just so you know. But our winner of that beautiful green mini shot glass goblet is Victoria. So congratulations, Victoria. You are going to get an email from Donna. If you're local, you'll be able to come by and pick up. And if you are not local, we will talk to you about shipping. So congratulations there. One more piece, and then I will get back to our glass blowing action. I told you I had a lot today. So if you are local to the Detroit area, you guys may know the news that the Detroit Lions center retired after 7 seasons. And there are some tribute videos floating around of him on Instagram, Twitter, or X, on Facebook. And one that is catching some steam actually features him blowing glass at the Glass Academy.
Are you kidding me?
I'll show it to you afterwards,
Oh,
Michelle.
I love that.
It's super cool. I'll link it to you guys in the comments so you can see it. But he's wearing a Glass Academy sweatshirt. You can see the Glass Academy logo behind
Who is
him.
this?
Frank Ragnow.
It's a football guy.
He is the Detroit Lions center. He's retiring early for health reasons after 7 seasons.
Wow.
But there's a good clip of him blowing glass right here at this hole. So I will show it to you guys after the show. But Robin sent that to me. If you
Very
guys saw me
cool.
furiously texting, I was trying to find the video. So shout out Robin for making me aware of that. But I will share the video with you guys. But I thought it was a little cool tidbit.
That is an amazing
Yes.
tidbit. So any sports fans out there, anyone watching the show, you want to be featured on the Glass Academy, you just need to be famous, and we'll let you blow glass.
I did want to say, since we're talking about hockey,
What? Oh
that
my gosh.
Wednesday night is the Stanley Cup playoffs start. And we got Edmonton playing against the Florida Panthers for you hockey fans out there. And it's going to be a pretty amazing experience. The Canucks are going to crush all over the Panthers, even though their claws are going to be out.
Who's the
The
Canucks?
Oilers.
The Canucks are out.
I was just saying the Canucks. I was saying Canadians because Canadians are Canucks.
Ah.
That's right, folks.
But are they out?
About a true Canadian.
Edmonton is still in, but there is
Yeah.
a hockey team called the Canucks that are out.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
But
Are
a
you doing
Canuck is a
chain? No.
Canadian person.
Is that like slang, though?
It's okay. There's certain things that are slang that are okay, and that's a Canuck. It's cool.
It is a hockey team name.
Yeah.
So we're doing 3 bands of a powerful green on top of clear here. And then I got out because I couldn't find any size 3 white.
Ollie.
Would you happen to know where that is?
Yeah, I know exactly where the size 3 white is.
Ah.
It's in the color cabinet
Oh.
so that we can preserve it for when we need it for mushroom season.
Ah.
Aha, smart thinking.
So that's when
It's
an
like it's not
apprentice
time
really,
for it
that's
yet.
when an apprentice really steps up to the plate, folks. When he's
Said there's
protecting
nothing
color.
he's going to use it yet. I'd
Yeah.
protect it. It's
Lock
not that
it
I'm
up.
worried about
Lock it
you
up.
using it, Jake. I was worried about Matt and Tabea. They're little color gremlins if you really think about
If you
it.
think about it.
Oh, Tabea, cover your ears.
And there's some colors that I don't put out just readily.
Is that one more band right there?
It's one more band if you want it.
How about we just put a dot right on the center of the bottom of this thing?
Polka
Yeah.
dot.
You know?
Polka dot.
I'm going to do this really elegantly.
No color wasted.
Do it elegant.
No color left behind.
All right, you want another dot?
Oh, there's more.
What?
There's more
Keep
here.
going.
What
Let me just heat this up.
Keep
Now
it
just
Stringer,
keep it
stringer
alive.
alert.
Thumb bit.
Can you keep that hot for a while?
No, just put a brick in the garage and keep it for the thumb bit.
Brick it.
No, do what every glass blower does.
Pull a stringer.
Put spaghetti all over it.
Spaghetti over it.
What's a fayo?
All right, everybody. I'm
Just-
going to hit the marver.
Just take a little wig-wag line in between 2 bands. The whole
Are
way.
you speaking English?
No, he's not.
I'm pretty
Like you're
excited.
one to talk.
I
You
just
said
wanna let it be
triangulate the
known
circle not 20 minutes
You
ago.
two hungyaks that I'm doing the giveaway.
All right, that's fine, Dad.
You better hustle.
You better
everybody.
hurry up, Dad.
I'm gonna hurry up.
Hurry
If this camera
up.
dies.
Michelle's
Good.
never going to let us have espresso again.
Speaking of dying,
What?
a good friend
Uh-oh.
of mine who passed away used to say that to me every time I went to his house and I got done working with him. 'Cause I used to rent his blacksmithing studio. And he'd be like, hey, you want to relax and go in and have a lemonade? And I'd be like, no way, man, I got to get going. I got to hurry. I got shit to do. I got to get out of here. And so then he just learned to say, all right, man, that was a great rap. Hurry up and get out of here. Hurry up, hurry up. And he just always used to say, hurry up and get out of here.
That sounds about on brand.
Yeah.
The festive sangria summer special mug is now available.
Available.
Available to who?
To all of the people. I put the link in the comments.
To the people.
To those with fast fingers who might like that mug that was made right before housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Carrie. She found the video and put that link in the comments
Nice.
for me, so thank you.
Carrie the champion.
Which one, Facebook or YouTube?
On Facebook, I will go and paste that into YouTube.
Carrie's got fast fingers, folks,
Yeah.
just so you know.
She does.
I actually have seen her when smoke has been coming off her fingers. They've been moving so fast.
Yeah,
the
Bess, if
friction.
you put the link in Slack for me, then I will put it in one of the e-news.
Yeah.
Hello?
Thank you.
I did also want to say, too, that last week, my mom, who is at
Stop.
an amazing facility called Story Point Retirement Community, her and a whole group of her friends came out in the bus to an event at the studio and just loved it when we had the blowing glass and people can come watch. They came that evening from 4 to 7 when it was open studio, and they had a blast.
Oh, yeah. It was good.
It was unbelievable. We had a Walker menagerie going on in here.
It was a really good time. All right, cabbage and squash.
Cabbaging.
Squashing.
You know what? We should have cabbage and squash for dinner one night.
Yeah. Good.
Cabbage and squash don't go together.
Well, maybe they could.
I mean,
Cabbage
they
and
could.
sausage, bratwurst go together, and mashed potatoes, but squash and cabbage, come on. What's the dish?
What's the dish?
Blue chrome foot. Copper blue foot.
Dig away, Ollie.
Let's make it happen.
You want to add a recycle or just for clear?
Oh, just the clear. So check that out. I know it doesn't look like it, but
I love the fat stripes.
those fat 3 stripes plus our bottom
Polka
ball
I love fat
are going to be an
stripes.
electric green, kind of like Chris's shirt right here.
Can I buy this one?
No.
Why?
What do you mean?
Just because you own the place doesn't mean you can buy anything you want, ma'am.
I can buy it.
If she's
I
got
could just
fast,
take it.
if
Your
she's got the
fingers are
fastest
fast and
fingers,
The
Trust
chip
me, guys.
zone, the chip and the LaCroix zone certainly are available to the owners.
I'd say
Bye,
chip
Maria.
zone.
Maria's heading out, our
See you later, Maria.
display assistant.
Woohoo!
Happy
We
birthday!
will see her work next week.
birthday.
What? There she
Birthday.
goes.
BIRF.
You want
Yeah,
one
so
coat or
next
two?
week,
One'll do.
when we do the creature table, the creature show, you're going to see her work in action. She set up that whole table. Miranda took the
'Kay.
photos. Sarah set up the website.
Oh, hey there.
Jake and the team made the products. Bess and I are going to sell them to you live
Sure are.
on the Gathering Point, 6:30 next week. Don't be late. Bess, we got to talk about that because I think we'll release them at times.
I'm good.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
If you are a Loyalty League member or a Star supporter, you do get early access.
You can make a punny out of that if you want, Ollie. And I'll paddle this.
It's crooked.
Okay.
That's a fun foot.
Who counted them?
23.
Is that a guess or did you count them?
I'm not going to tell you. Go count them.
I already did count them.
How many did you get?
I'm not telling you. 'cause
All
then
right,
I'll-
put your guesses in the
I'll
comments.
tell everybody how many he did.
How many snips did Jake just do?
You were talking, so I know you didn't count.
I can count and talk at the same time.
I
I got
don't
two
think
halves
so.
of my brain.
I don't think so.
I swears.
Maybe we could get a coffee company to sponsor our show.
If we could get Liquid Death to sponsor
Well,
our show,
I
that'd
do
be
have to
great.
get a picture of you.
I would
with
love
that.
to have a supply of these because I drink them almost every show.
Does anyone want to be a brand ambassador and do some research for us?
Ouch, my finger.
That's a subtle hint.
Jake was trying to go for the mega squash.
My thumb almost burnt off.
assistant should be doing paddles. Heat rises, so the other thing he could do if he did it sideways, the heat wouldn't be going up on his hand.
Jake, did you hear that?
Those are a couple options. Yes, I have a couple options.
Those are the subtle things, like if you go to Italy and watch the glass blowers, they've been doing it for centuries. Those are the little tricks of the trade that you pick up.
All right, snip guesses. We've got 25 from Carol, 24 from Laura, 17 from Hannah, 10 from Marianne, 16
Alrighty,
from
Oliver.
Dave.
Never done a foot like this ever before.
So I think we're going to have to count them at the anneal reveal, Oliver.
Unless Chris knows the answer.
I know the answer, but I'm not giving it up right now.
He's lying.
Jake, do you know how many snips you did?
I was just focused on my thumb.
The perfect amount.
Hannah says, how do you sharpen the shears?
You sharpen the shears by using a very fine file, Hannah. And you have to make sure that you've got your
Thank you.
shears,
Go a
whether
little
they're
higher
diamond
towards
shears
the
or straight
moil, so
shears,
be careful with
inside
your
a nice
hands.
secure vise. And then you use that and you stay perfectly flat with this particular portion of
Hang
the
on one
blade.
second.
And you file like so.
How often do you sharpen them?
When they get dull, and depending on, we got 6 pairs of each shears over there.
Copper blue.
6 diamonds and 6 straight shears, and depending on which ones you grab off of there when you're going to your production bench, will wear them out quicker than others. But I do have a few of them that are my faves. And they'll probably, I don't know, I don't cut the glass cold, so it also depends on how cold you're puffing.
Whoa, look at
Not
that.
even
Cool.
puffing, just like
That
went
was
into my brain when I
actually
saw that.
awesome.
That
so
was really
what
cool.
happened? We
When you're
interrupt,
puffing.
we interrupt this conversation
It was supposed to be
say
cutting, but turned into puffing.
what happened right there is Jake went to puff the mug out, and the color was so soft that the color puffed out and not the clear.
It looks really cool,
It
though.
looks super cool.
That's a straw mug.
It could be. We're ordering some straws.
I bet you could toot that thing like a little horn too, like an owl. When you blow your air across the top of it, as opposed to somebody else's air.
Yeah.
I have a photo I'm going to put on the screen real quick because Chris asked me to show it to you a couple weeks ago. We never got time to. It is the flower urns that you made.
Oh, really?
So I've got that popped up on the screen real quick if you want to talk about that real quick.
Nice. Those were a custom set of urns that I did for some clients
Urns?
through my company. That's a memorial company called Sculptural Reflections. But that larger urn was for the father, and the 3 smaller urns were for the 3 daughters. And she was a
All right, then.
woman who loved raising succulents, and she loved the aurora borealis. And if you don't know what that is, it's the northern lights that happen really amazingly here in the Midwest, in Michigan and the northern states, Wisconsin, and up in the Upper Peninsula. So the surface is the northern lights pattern with the ash cremation remains in the surface. Super beautiful. I love
Really
doing
cool.
memorial pieces. Check the website out, you guys, and reach out to me because it's something I love doing.
And I did just have the website up on the screen for you guys, too.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Super sweet.
I just thought it was a really cool piece, and I wanted to show it off, and we haven't had a chance to, so I wanted to throw that in there real quick.
You're amazing. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hannah
work it.
says, how long does a pair of shears last for?
Long time. They'll if you're sharpening them until the
30
metal
years?
gets small enough that it that you can't really do it anymore. But I mean, I bet you they last for 4 or 5 years for a pair of shears, and that's doing a lot of production with them too.
I said 30. Mine will last 30 years.
Oh yes.
Everybody's really liking the bumpy shape of this.
It's really difficult, folks. I was trying to save it, but then it's like this and that, and everything else, and all of it.
It's
You know,
kind of, I was
here it
thinking
is.
like of a
You
bumpy
hear that,
rug.
Jake? Everyone loves the bumpy
I know.
shape.
Like bumpy cake.
Yeah.
Does everyone know what bumpy cake is? Sanders? Is that a Michigan
I think
thing?
that's a Michigan thing. I'd never heard of it until I moved
I'm
here.
from Michigan, and I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I mean,
seriously?
most
One
people
second.
sit around and play euchre and eat bumpy cake in Michigan.
All right, who
Played a
knows
lot of
what
euchre.
bumpy cake is? Put it in the chat. Say yes, I know bumpy cake, or no, I don't.
And a bumpy snake is a snake that ate an egg.
Would you be quiet?
That was pretty good.
What?
Let's do a clear handle, Oliver.
This is why we need a zoologist, because they could confirm if that's what we would call a bumpy snake.
Right.
Wait, Oliver, one of my best friends is doing an internship at the zoo this summer. I got it for us.
Man, do I have a story for you,
Yeah,
Beth.
Oliver's got a story for you.
I was
Yeah.
freaking out in the meeting today.
We're gonna do a specialty turtle show too, so get
Turk
ready.
collaboration.
We're gonna have a turtle expert on the show in
Yeah.
the chat. Get your turtle facts ready.
All right, here comes the handle champion. Crystal clear from deep in the tank. It's harder to have control over the pipe and the glass when the tank's so low, because you can get your hand can't get as far up on the pipe.
This one's a little thin on the end, Jake.
So let's
you're
use
working it
some
from the backside.
clarity. You open the door to the furnace, and it's like a breathing dragon. The ceramic crucible is like a giant
this is too
pot
thin.
in there, like a honey
I
pot.
don't think so.
I'm Winnie the Pooh. You know how he dips into
Okay.
the honey jar? And when it's at the bottom and you're scooping your pipe down in there to get it, all that giant heat
Just don't
is
overheat it.
blowing up at you and down your pipe,
Just give it a light puff.
making it super hot, super difficult
Beautiful.
to gather.
Let's do it.
So these guys are troopers on a hot day with an empty tank. After the show, it's going to take a couple hours to refill the tank as well.
Karen says you can
You
buy
can do
bumpy
it.
cakes at Kroger. Jessica says yes, I know
Do
bumpy
it.
cake. Annette has never heard of it. Robin says yes. Laura says I've never heard of it. Tabea says no, I don't know what bumpy cake
What?
is.
Tabea.
But Oliver didn't either, and they grew up like 15 minutes from each other. So
Maybe
Alright,
bumpy
so-
cakes felonious in Midland.
you know what? Why don't we'll get a bumpy cake when Maria's works
Dad,
next
will you grab
for
the
her
tweezers
birthday.
and grab the
Very
top,
cool.
and we'll pull in opposite directions?
Both tweezers, an extra set?
Sean
pull
says
from the
he
top.
thinks it was 17 snips like last week.
Nice.
Whoa!
Look at
That's
that
cool.
handle. That's like futuristic.
Whoa!
Go, Jake, go.
I think even torching the top and the back of the handle and pinching like multiple pinches up this way would be cool too. Pink, 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 pink.
Yeah, or a little runner maybe.
Could put a runner to beefing it up, but it's kind of Spock style. This is
Yeah,
Vulcan.
something
This is
feels-
Vulcan material.
Do we have an answer on the snips, Chris?
Nope.
He won't give it away, and that to me says he doesn't really know. Because if he was that solid on how many it was, he'd say.
Got it.
Best, write down on that sheet. Michelle said 23.
Okay.
That looks like some type of like cool like
Do antler handles.
I
something
think
doing
you
like a
should leave
bike
it.
part or something.
It looks like something crazy. And I
think you
think
should leave
because
it
it's the
just
first one
like
I've ever
that.
seen like this,
It's just tripping you out.
I think we should just leave it. Because that's,
That's a sweet handle.
we might have to start figuring
like
it
the
out. It's
spot
got the
here.
thumb saddle and the stinger instantly placed.
Do you already stamp it?
No, it's about to be though.
Who's
But
doing the
every time I
giveaway?
heat it, the green screams at me and says, I'm about to crumble.
Are you doing the giveaway?
So let's just do it with
doing the
with a
giveaway.
quickness.
Chris is going to do a giveaway. I've got 2 gift cards left to give away really quick after this mug while he starts to set up for that.
Here I am.
I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like this.
It's cool. I like it. I like the colors.
It's ghoul.
It's ghoul?
Ghoul.
Let's see here. Barbara has a comment. She said, just an addition from earlier, a duckbill is bone inside for strength and then covered with a layer of keratin. So we've got a
Covered with what?
One more time?
keratin.
Oh.
She says a duckbill is actually a bone structure covered in keratin.
Keratin.
Bone
So
covered.
bone
Carrot-
and keratin.
Tin?
And keratin comes in carrots too.
Right.
Helps your eyes get stronger. And gives you a tan if you drink enough juice. Beta carotene.
Here we go, folks. Historical item going in the box.
Sean says he actually thinks it's 16 snips now. He went back and tried to count.
Oh, look at that. Sorry,
Nom, nom,
sorry,
nom.
Roland.
Go ahead, Ollie. Get in there.
I think it's all good.
I gotta count. I might have lost count. No, I was counting right ahead of your hand.
I'm going to tell you guys, it's trippy, but it's the same as it was last week.
23.
17.
To you for housekeeping.
Perfect. I've got 2 gift cards left to give away, you guys. So, congratulations to Maureen. You're going to get an email from Donna on Thursday, and our last name, boom. Congratulations to Donna Beck.
All right.
You're also going to get an
The
email
Beck
from Donna
twins.
on Thursday. So congrats, Susan, Jessica, Maureen, and Donna on those $25 gift cards.
Quick interlude is that Mary, the piece that you purchased with the Adventurine is going to blow your mind.
Because you just saw it
I
again
just
when
saw
you
it in
put that
there,
away.
and you're going to freak out.
Very
Did it
cool.
darken up even more?
Yeah, it's just like so powerful.
The
All right, one more
Festive
time.
Sangria Summer Special Mug is still available. Chris is getting ready to make our giveaway, what's our question for the week, Michelle?
What colors do you love seeing in our glass? Is there a pattern that you like best? And did I finish that comment? She did the rainbow for Pride Month, so I appreciate that little added detail in there.
You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Make sure you put your name and answer in the email so we can read your name off if you win. We still have a couple amazing mugs left on the table that are still available. I did put that link in the comments not too long ago. Jake is giving me information on that last piece that was made right now, and that'll go live soon as well.
The information is really just the 8-worded name.
Number 6 just sold off the
It
table.
did.
Number 6, where's my
The
water?
Adventurine Special.
Yeah, oh, the bench
Nice.
is hot. The
The
pipe's
Tureen
hot.
Blinger.
The tweezers are hot.
Pretty much everywhere.
It's summertime.
Gonna be hot.
At the Glass Academy. And just like that, summer hit us up. These are like little belly buttons.
There's nothing better than chugging the perfect temperature water after finishing up a piece. It's one of the best sensations in the world.
Perfect temperature is what?
In between too cold and too hot.
Just right, like Goldilocks.
Yes.
For me, the colder the better with water.
But sometimes it's so cold that you can't handle it.
I'm
You
okay
can't
with
drink
that.
as much water as you want.
Okay, let me ask this. I can't drink cold water because it hurts my teeth. Do you guys
Ah.
have that or no?
I don't swish it around
I
my
don't.
teeth.
I chew on ice cubes, so no, I don't have that problem.
Gosh.
Supposedly, warmer water is better for
It
you,
is. It
but
doesn't
I
shock
love a
your
good cold
system.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And carbonated water, like flat water, is better than anything carbonated.
So, Bess, we were talking about your friend who's going to intern at the
Oh, yeah,
Detroit
yeah, yeah.
Zoo.
Yeah, so she is working on her second master's program. Shout out Jordan. I know you're probably not watching. I'll send this to you later. She just finished off a master's in some sort of biology thing at Wayne State, and now she's going into a second master's program, again, in some sort of biology thing. And she's a student at the Detroit Zoo this summer, so it's pretty cool.
So, a couple months ago, you and I were talking about the conspiracy theory around whether or not the Detroit Zoo actually has beavers.
Yes.
Last Saturday, I taught a student who was the reason that conspiracy theory popped off. He is
Really?
like the inception point of that.
Okay.
The person who just posted the Instagram reel for us
Yes.
is that person.
Okay. Did we get an answer on if the beavers are real?
Beavers are real. The Detroit Zoo actually asked him to come back and film the beavers because it was getting out of hand for them.
So is the original video he's at the zoo and he's saying the beavers aren't real? He's like videotaping them?
Well, it's just like you never see them.
got it.
And if you never see them and it's just an enclosure, you're like, well, do they even really have beavers?
And then other people were like chiming in saying, I've also never seen the beavers. And I think that the video showing of them is on a loop. So then it became this whole thing.
That's really funny. Sorry, Detroit Zoo, that does happen.
But they do have beavers.
They do. I
mean,
swear I've seen
They're
beavers.
just shy.
Well, or maybe they come out when we're not around.
I mean, there is an argument that pigeons aren't real too.
What?
That's a whole
Well,
other thing around birds.
Pigeons are robots.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, has anybody ever seen the inside of a pigeon?
Yes.
Hello.
You
On
have?
the side of the road.
Good.
Did you say
Pigeon?
seen the inside
all robotic.
of a pigeon?
Yeah.
Who is chopping open pigeons, Jake?
People that are wondering if they're robotic or not,
Which they are.
which they are.
Birds are drones. Birds aren't
Is
real.
it real or is it memories?
On the water note, Jody says warmer water is better for you, but Michelle, you might need a toothpaste for sensitive teeth.
I know, I do. My dentist knows this.
TT, she's got tender teeth.
It's all good. I
It's
just
confirmed.
don't
Blow
drink
lightly.
So
Please.
now we've got talented Tabea, silent
Good.
Sarah, and what did you say?
Tender teeth.
Tender teeth, Michelle.
The Marver Maniac.
The Marver Maniac.
Great.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
what was Tabea's again?
Talented Tabea.
Tabibi.
Tabibi.
Beavy.
We've got caffeinated Chris.
Caffeinated Chris.
What are you, Bess?
I don't know, I'm Bess.
Bubbly Bess?
Laura says, have you really ever seen a baby pigeon?
Yeah.
You've seen a baby pigeon?
Yeah, as in, that's a great question.
Blow lightly.
Because my answer is no.
Good.
Yeah, if you were in the inner city
Look at this.
where there's tons of pigeons, you'd see a baby.
So we need some nicknames for Bess and myself then. Now that we've got everybody else's locked in.
Nice
We're
try.
Sorry.
Are we working together tomorrow? Is it me and you doing production together, or am I with
Probably
Tabea?
not anymore.
Yeah, you better work on your plan, buddy. I'm gonna have an earful for you.
This is what happens when the espresso kicks in.
Oh
Good thing, because I got to charge the furnace. So.
All right, Oliver, I'm going to take a little tiny bit that I'll put on the bottom of this, and then you can make a punny out of it, a little
Is this a
horn
horn?
thingy.
Yes.
You know what color
This
you
is
want
a
it in?
drinking horn that Chris is making for the
Let's
giveaway.
do it out of
Oh.
that.
That's
that
pretty
gold brown?
cool.
Yes, it is.
This is on the list of products to get around to do for the Renaissance Festival. Chris has got these figured out.
Look at the pattern on that. Talk
And
about
I will
teeth.
say, every once in a while, someone does not like the giveaway. And if you don't like the giveaway, you're not obligated to take it because there's someone else waiting in the
I
in
don't
the
know
shadows.
anybody who wouldn't want
There was
a.
only one time in our giveaway history where someone refused the item.
That's fair. We did have somebody ghost our poor turtle giveaway. They never claimed him.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Jake, I'll show you that feathering technique I was telling you about.
Yeah. The chop, chop, and squish.
The zhop, zhop, squish, and push.
Okay.
Ooh, this thing's striking really tasty.
Max says jazz hands Jake.
Jazz hands Jake.
Hannah says Jake the ism.
Ooh, the ism. He's chopping.
Chop, chop.
Now he's grabbing and pulling. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Lovely. Incredible.
We're in just a little OT here, but not too bad.
Right on time.
We have another half hour on this piece.
Which, speaking of going early, ending early, and now being in OT, let me ring the bell one time.
Yay.
Subscribe. We are going to be back to, after the Creature Show, we're going to be back to our summer streaming hours, which is going to be hour-and-a-half long shows because, as many of you know, it is hot as heck in here. Tuesdays are a long day, and on top of everything, and the most importantly, the phone literally will barely make it through 2 hours of streaming during the hottest summer months here in Southeast Michigan.
The iPad as well. We started at 100% today.
Yeah.
And I'm down to under 40.
40? Under 40?
Yeah. So just to save equipment, to save you guys blowing glass. I mean, Chris is just dripping already, so.
Yeah.
I don't care. I
We're
wanna
used to
do
it. We love it, but the equipment needs it, and that's what we did last year, June and July, and we're going to get back to doing that an hour and a half, and that keeps things manageable. We want to be able to end the show not like it was last week, too. We know that was a circumstantial situation, but we want to guarantee we can get the show wrapped up in a calm and collected manner, get the end credits up, give some respect to the people that are out here supporting us, and do what we got to do.
So speaking from somebody who just wants to blow a whole bunch of glass, I was wondering if we do June and July.
What?
We cut a half hour off of each show, which is 8 shows, which ends up being 4 hours of time. In August or September, are we going to have some type of like mega show that's like 6 hours long?
Yeah.
Which goes 4 hours plus the 2 regular hours?
The
We
phone
call
would
that
not
Ren
make
Fair.
it. The phone would not make it.
That's the point.
We call it Ren Fair. If you want,
Yes,
if
thank
you
you.
want the 10-hour mega show, come out to the Renaissance Festival in Holly, Michigan.
There you go.
And
Thank
the
you,
reason
Oliver.
we can't like switch phones is because the switcher app hooks to the phone. So we gotta like make the app match the iPad, match the.
Plus, once I stop a stream, I have to start a whole new stream.
The next big show that'll be coming up, the next rowdy, out of control show, other
Handle.
than the Creature show coming up
Solid.
next week, which I think you guys are going to want to be. You haven't even heard, Chris hasn't even heard the plan for actually what we're making on the show, but he's going to love it, and so are you guys.
Is it perhaps creatures?
It's going to have something to do with creatures. But that's going to be an incredible show. And then, of course, in October, we have our humongous Harvest Pumpkin Show. Extended show, tons of planning, a bunch of brand new, cool, and tried and true techniques. Color pattern,
gonna
super
have-
harvest themed.
Customer appreciation, a little mini live show. We're gonna have live glass blowing from the Ann Arbor Art Fair. We're gonna have
So that'll be our next amazing, crazy show.
some Renaissance live videos.
How do you want this prepped up? I haven't done a solid handle in a long time.
I think just Marvin with cylinder, give it a quick flash and bring it on over.
Sean said, shout out to Chris for making me realize I compulsively count the snips. Counting the snips, to me, I think maybe everyone has something like this that they do, but for whatever reason, when I'm going upstairs,
I count them.
I count them every time.
Isn't that weird?
Get to the top and I'm like, 24, 25, oh, wait, what? Why am I counting these?
I don't know why I do it either.
So weird.
And I'll catch myself doing it. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I'm reading a book right now a scientist
Nice.
wrote about inner chatter, and that sounds like something they're going to cover.
Clear
in the
runner?
book, doesn't
Cool,
it?
yeah, totally.
I do have the
Totally.
giveaway question up on the screen for you guys if you'd like to enter to win this beautiful drinking horn. It's what colors do you love seeing in our glass? Is there a color pattern we do that you like best? You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Make sure you put your name and your answer in the email, and you're going to get entered to win this gorgeous drinking horn. Just so you guys know, the piece that Jake took the lead on right before this, it is called the first of its kind thumb stinger mug. That was the one with the thick green stripes.
That was a rowdy one.
That is available now on the website.
Triple green band with the spot on the bottom.
And then the piece before that, that Jake named the Festive Sangria Summer Special mug. Our names are getting longer and longer here. That is also still available.
Just don't make the space for the name any wider. Could get dangerous.
Very nice.
All right, that's our giveaway.
One stamp and then it's good to go.
Yeah, I think so. Jake's bringing it.
I've got it.
Tabea says, yes, Ren Fair is the mega show and it is the best.
Oh, thanks, Tabea. We do have a members graphic. Was it updated? Or?
It sure was. I have our newest
go.
up-to-date members graphic. Shout out Miranda for cranking that out today for us.
Let's go. Shouts out our new members.
Absolutely. Again, you guys are in for a treat next week with the Creature Show. So make sure you come back next week to watch that.
Regular timing on that show, extended virtual gallery, and that is a beautiful, can't wait
That's
to have a whole
nice.
shift of those done.
Little shot horn going on here, mead special, something or other.
Incredible. I bet those would hang really nice to be really cool air plant holders too.
Yeah, or just, a plant holder in the window.
What would be really cool to see, maybe Tabea, hint, and you could try this out. You guys know when you go to like a Taste of Detroit or something like that where they have those little tasting glasses?
Yeah.
I've seen people crocheting holders for that to hang around their neck. I wonder, Tabea, you could try crocheting a drinking horn holder.
You can go right in the inside if you want.
I don't know.
That's
You guys are living on the edge.
dangerous.
Come on now.
God, you
Jam
just
it in
sketched
there.
me out.
We need
There
this
you go,
piece
just
of
jam it in
glass.
there.
Hey, it's for the content.
Tension was thick.
That was scary. Mary Lou says, I'll be watching the Creature Show. It's on my birthday.
Woo!
All right, closing.
What an incredible show, folks. It was a hot, sweaty, nice one.
Espresso fueled.
Espresso fueled.
That's right.
Beautiful
What a good
bar
one.
color.
Yeah.
We
Super
appreciate
amazing.
you guys letting us do a little OT. I appreciate you guys sticking around for me.
I thought about
kinda-
leaving, but
I kind of see someday just me here, dark, lights off, glowing, camera left on, everyone gone. And if that happens someday, you guys are more than welcome to watch into the wee hours.
We do still have a couple great pieces left on the table as of right now.
Yeah.
2 pieces that were made live still available as of right now. So go check those out if you're watching a replay.
Impressive pickings available on the table as of yet.
Yeah, totally. But you guys, it was a great show. We're looking forward to the Anila reveal coming up so we can see all the tasty pieces we made.
oh yeah.
And,
Oliver's Tidbits.
Yep. No, that wasn't it. That was
Oliver's
not,
Buttery Bits.
Oliver's
Hey everybody.
Buttery Bits.
We'll see you next Tuesday, 6 to 8 for the Creature Show.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody,
right.
get ready to see some creatures next week. We'll catch you then.
Have a good night.